opening bet there. 1 through 25. I know Shannon just wants to shove it.
Natural.
Natural time.
3 all in. Wait, everybody 7 dudes game, man? Wait, everybody 7 dudes? Hey, you guys want to play 7 dudes, 25?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
You guys got down with 7 dudes?
Everybody takes a shot if I win with 7 dudes.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's good.
We'll do that too.
Absolutely.
Make sure everybody agrees first.
That's what should be the penalty.
What, a shot?
If someone gets 7 dudes, everybody else takes a shot.
Yeah.
Instead of that person. If I win with 7 dudes,
everybody
everybody else
takes a
takes a shot. Instead of paying you $15 or whatever.
Yeah, to do that.
I'm way fucked up already.
Okay.
That's the point.
You don't have to
No,
take
but
shots.
I'm waiting on you guys.
You guys okay with that?
Oh, that's true.
Shot is a penalty. Okay.
Just that peach for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Huh? Right. Just that Twin Peaks, right?
Yeah.
I hear something already show up a little already.
That's a gimmick. Yeah. What day is it? Is it why? Yeah.
7.
Play your card.
Come on. Hey. Ace. I got an
7.
ace. No deuce. No deuce. Oh, no deuce. I got an ace. No deuce. No deuce. Oh, hell yeah. You're lucky. You're running good. All right. Running good. Ship it to Papa.
You said no dude.
Ship it to Papa. You're running good. Ship it. Ship it.
Yeah.
Ship it.
I don't know.
Right in the window, dude.
I'm out.
I'm still running good.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll just give my guy a rebate, bro.
Free buy a seat one.
200. That was $10 straddle.
Straddle. Straddle.
40. You got the 80. I got the 160.
Straddle all the way around.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How long is this food scheduled for? We're not gonna make it, boys.
We're not going to make it.
What are you buying for, Sam?
I just 200.
I'm inspiring now, motherfuckers.
What's the situation like
Yeah, you don't say.
We're on credit one.
Oh, it's a song.
Good lay down, buddy.
Oh.
I'm all in. There we go. I was playing again.
Fold 1, fold 2, fold 3, 4 all in. 5 in the fold.
Oh. Yeah, balls are
As we continue on, as we've got an all-in shove after what looked like, what was it, like 120 straddle somehow? Do you hear me now? Do you hear me now?
I'm all in. Fuck it.
What do we wind up getting the action being? So it looks like Brian here with King 7, Hunter with Ace Queen of Hearts.
No way.
Let's see if we can backtrack this up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? We've got volume. Welcome to Live Poems, folks. Appeared to be a small creature that may have tripped over a cord. His name may have been Mike. That may have been me that stepped over a cord. So we've got all of Ace Queen, King 7 going quickly. Is Ace Queen going to be the winner here? Brian decided to gamble. He wound up flopping top here, well, not come out as well. So. All right, why don't we just start with our introduction all over again? It is live at the Palms 3rd edition, our 1-3 match the stack here as we start. Low stack 200, high stack 1,000. The 7 deuce bounty is in effect here tonight, but if you win the hand, the table has got to take a shot. So rather than everybody just tossing chips around or anything like that, the table's going to have to take a drink. And while this is going on here on Poker Night, each one of these players is going to be required to take one drink per orbit. They at least got to finish it or take a shot by the time the orbit passes. Hunter is going to take down a huge, decent-sized pot here for 1-3 as the stacks will build up. And there you see Bones, Mikey Sides, Hunter there. Also as Introduction to all our players is Drew, Carnival Sam, and the only unfortunate part about just not having audio in that first beginning was not being able to unleash the carnival music. I'm pretty certain we will get to that point at some point in the evening. Hey, how's it going? We're off and running here on a Monday night here at Live at Palms and Palms Social in Austin, Texas. Hit like, hit subscribe. Channel's growing every day. Hope you are growing along with us. Should be a fantastic game here in the building. Let's go.
That was my first
All in.
And we've got a rip here for 375 here for Brian. And Sam here with the Jack 8 offsuit says I'm all in for $200. Short stack method of Bones. Gonna go rip it in here over the top with Ace Jack. Let's flip it up.
Oh, goddamn, we got the same fucking name.
Ace Jack Jack.
Sammy, we like your card.
Sam actually
Oh my
throwing a
God!
little bit
No,
live.
yes, Jack.
Dueling Ace Jack.
Dude, my 9-10 was so fucking live.
Oh yeah.
No, he does not.
All right, we'll total up the pot here for the main. First, we'll get 200 coming in. Then the extra 175 between Brian and
Oh,
Bones.
he's got clubs. He's hit.
And then we will get our run out here as... Here we go. Carnival Sam is going to flop a gut shot. He's going to turn it too. Let's do this.
He's killing me in. That means nothing.
And welcome to 1-3 Drunk Poker Night here at Live at the Palms. This should be a doozy. I have literally no idea what to expect. What kind of volatility can we see? What kind of absolute chicanery, shenanigans, nonsense we will witness. And we invite you to share the link out with your friends. Keep spreading the good word of Live at the Palms. And literally when you become a subscriber, it really helps us out a lot. So it helps connect us to more people like you who just love live streaming poker. And the ability to kind of do, new and different things for the people who love this platform, like myself and you, the chat pro. Very excited to be here and hope to have an absolutely fantastic game tonight. And we're just going to go all in fest here for the start of this. I think a lot of short stacks. Is Drew seeing the all-in shove for 175. Looks like he is going to make the call here out of the hijack as the drinks are ebbing and flowing.
I got enough vodka for today?
Jack here with pocket fours. He's not interested in going long, so Drew here with the sleight of hand. This feels like watching a tournament here for the first couple of just all in rips and off we go. Ace 3 versus Queen 9.
Nuts.
We've got a 3 flop and we've got some straight draw outs. Drew is going to fade half of the deck, I feel like, after the turn card that is going to hang on. And now Chip is up. Chip is way up here to $1,200. So Drunk Poker Night, Monday night is our first show of the week. Second is actually going to be here this Wednesday. We're going to have some high stakes PLO, 5, 10, 25. We're going to start a little earlier in the evening at like 5, and then probably stream up until about 9 o'clock. And then out into Saturday, we expect to probably have a no limit cash game, 5-5 and 5-10. But we'll see where the road takes us. But one step at a time, one show at a time. I really am going to be thrown in a loop here. This may be the most challenging broadcast I've ever had the pleasure of doing. It's hard enough to try to guess what really solid, good-thinking level poker players are going to do in any moment in time. Now just, fill them up full of alcohol and then just God knows what is going to happen. Like, what is going on here? Is this real life? Have I entered the void? Ace-4 here versus 10-5.
5-6.
Just, another Monday night at Palm Social in Austin, Texas, 9070 Research Boulevard, Suite 105, out of the Crossroads Shopping Center. Pay us a visit. Here we go. A straight draw for both. Sam here with the ace high. Some more straight cards here for Brian. And a 3. And a proudly flipped up ace-4 offsuit. The fake aces. Good enough for card. I can't play the carnival music there. That, he got it in with the best hand. I mean, that is just, business as usual. As we carry on.
We can straddle 500.
No. Because I got like 2,000 left. Come on. I will. Here. Who's the big winner?
A lot of people talking about the felt is just immaculate. It's beautiful. And the other cool part too is cup holders, which I think will decrease our risk of damage. Was thinking about that on the way in. That it's all nothing's gonna stop us now. Full speed ahead, and then it's just hour 3 of a show, and just somebody just completely trips and falls and spills. We're gonna hope that everybody behaves themselves, and we will have a safe ride home for everybody on the table. So, Ubers, Lyfts, whatever other services we can have here is going to be in store for everybody. So we're going to make sure everybody gets to the next destination. As we've got Sam opening now here to $75 and an emphatic Bones here with Tall Boy at Guinness. Seem to be in good spirits.
Sam, remember the video we made a week ago? Just small stakes. No one's gonna get hurt.
Mikey Sides thought about the rip. Knew that would be a bad decision.
I really like
What?
Hunter, cool, you won one hand.
No, I think that was an emphatic fold. I thought, no, he's going to get it in here with deuce 4. All right, ace, king, king, queen, 4 deuce. Brian on drunk tilt. Perhaps maybe it's a favorite hand of his. A sneaky one here in the bunch. As well, it is Uncle Sam flopping best as top pair. Bones here with ace king and basically backdoor hearts and Broadways. Is going to see Sam now bet out to 500.
What nuts does he have? What nuts do you?
His range versus yours.
I'd be curious if he would have opted for the check back on this board in this kind of game, but I think he's going to press the F at gamble button. Brian, with no hope in this, is going to step out, so Bones up against the exact hand that he don't want to see open. Going to turn 2 pair, and it is going to be a 10 on the end, so, well, I guess it is time to fire up that carnival music again, is it not? Drunk poker tonight here on Live at the Palms. As boy, it is good to be back here in our safely sequestered studio on a 30-minute delay. So we didn't want to be the phone police out here. We didn't want to have to sit there and say, hey, put it away.
Way better, bro.
We want you to be able to have fun. Want you to be able to have a good time. And for that, it's like, all right, we may have to stay a little bit longer, but we will do the game right. As Lawrence Popper here in the chat says, please 4 is the nuts. Jimmy Cluffett, we love Bones. Erica, big fan of the carnival music, and we're going to be getting more of it if he continues to run pretty good.
Yeah, we started at C1.
I mean, it's an empty box of Red Bull.
I've been like around my shots, bro.
Around the world.
Yeah.
Can you get all the shots ready?
I'm not sure people aren't drinking for real, for real.
You might as well just make 2 rounds at one time. Let them sit in the fridge. Keep ahead of yourself.
Old Mikey Sides here with the hashtag nutted shirt. I think you can get from Peace and Poker. They were so kind to give me like a personal doggy water bowl for my dog Dunks that I will shout them out for all the fantastic work they do. It is truly cool. So we've got Jack here with pocket tens and a raise up to 45 on the button and a quick rip by Brian with ace jack. So I think he's played the majority of these hands pre-flop outside of the third to the party entrance with deuce 4. I would expect Jack's probably going to call here for the reasonable 155 and just how this game's going. Got an all in and a call. Either way, at the end of the hand, somebody's probably going to be taking a sip. As queen 5-5, tens and 5 still good. Bang! Right there in the turn is tens full. As ace jack bites the dust. Not a gigantic pot, but vindication for everybody who's held 2 tens in the holes and had your life turn to mush and pain. So, all right, you see Sam sitting with the most. Here, 1-3 match a stack. You can start with a minimum of 200, a max of 1,000, and then the game grows to match the stack. Also want to let you know that Saturdays we will be open here at Palm Social. Come out and watch college football with us. As long as we also will be having a live stream Saturday night game to be determined, but we expect it should be a pretty nice quality night. Well, it does look like we have the existence of a triple straddle. Out to 15. What's going on, Carlo? The chat is here. The chat is here. Hello, Vivian Lee. Good buddy Jimmy Bluffett monitoring the chat. I saw Robert Pape out there earlier. As we welcome all our friends out here to New Kids on the Block. A little bit of the old guard, so. So we've got Brian calling out of the small blind Drew, going to complete out of the initial straddle, and Josh checking his option. Let's take it 4 ways. Take a sip. Bottom pair and a straight draw now here for Josh, as Brian here with bottom pair with the slightly better kicker, but a board that kind of makes you want to just feel pain inside for the most part. Josh going to pick this one up here for one of the, I think one of the first couple of pots here for him on the evening. That's a great point. You can also, if you want to figure out what the heck else is going on here, check us out on our website, palmsocialclub.com. Also on our Instagram, at palmsocial512. Always a lot of great stuff being posted there. Hopefully you've been able to check out some of the highlight reels, stuff we're just kind of working on. And that's been a kind of a fun part of this, is trying to figure out what people really want to see, what the heck kind of hands actually bring them joy. They're like, yeah, I want to watch this. So appreciate any kind of feedback that you get on those when you see them. Make sure to hit the like, as looks like we're going to have Caitlin's, I think one of her first hands here of the night is going to open here in the cutoff with ace-8. Right up here to 20. I don't see anybody folding out of this bunch here. Sam's going to call here with the old 9-8 spades. Drew looks like he's going to opt here for the 3-bet, and probably a perfect time to do it with a lot of money being squeezed. And Sam might just press the effort button. This is him running hot. I'll keep this heater going, baby. So Brian going to continue here with 7-6. Let's see who flops best here, ladies and gents. 2 diamonds out here for Drew. Gets the opportunity to go ahead and lead at this and probably pulverize. They're going to be friendly. It's their 2 best buddies. Drew playing well and actually flopped pretty well. As all right, here come the next round of drinks here, folks. So, as an aside, the 7-deuce game is on, and if the winner is the one that's holding the 7-deuce, the table has got to take a shot. Oh, I'm more anticipating that moment than anything. Who's going to be the first one to get it through? That's probably like a good chat question here of the night. Who's going to be the first one to get the 7-deuce bluff through first? Bunch of liquid courage pouring down, so it could happen sooner rather than later. We'll see how this goes. Uh-oh, I see some 4-card action. Let's do this. Bomb pot time here, ladies and gents. All right, as we're scanning out all the hands to see if we can find a winner. We do see top set from Mikey Sides. Any competent or decent heart draws? Drew here with queen high hearts, and queens has the overpair, but Jack with the jack high hearts. Maybe some backdoors out to Broadway. And he may have the lone flush draw if we don't get Drew to be the 3rd member of this. And it's going to be Brian ripping. Sam's the one who's got ace high hearts here, and he's got just a stone. My goodness gracious. This is like if you were playing PLO8, you're just ripping it in. And it's time. He's got a legit hand here, though. Total ramp draw on the bottom end of the straight with the ace high hearts. Top set going in. Brian with God only knows what, and Jack kind of stuck here with his only hope being like a running, I think like queen 10, so, or queen jack. All right, here we go. I have no idea what in the world Brian is, but we've got a really strong draw up against Mike's top set. So, oh, okay. So, a number of hearts. This is unfortunately bad for Sam because we've seen at least 3 or 4 combos of hearts folded. Mike's got the 8 of hearts in his hand, so he's hoping. Oh, can we find an offsuited ace somewhere? So, Mikey is in much better shape than he thinks. A lot of hearts folded out. Brian's got a 6 in his hand. Mike, you're just hoping maybe they could just take care of it right then and there. And this is just a single board pot limit Omaha pot, so trying to sort this out when you put 2 boards out there, it just gets even crazier. So turn comes a 6. That is all the money for Carnival freaking Sam. Goodness gracious. 6 peels. And that is going to be a winner. Absolutely running hot here at the start of Live at the Palms. And, well, if there's probably anybody who has worked as hard as, again, our production staff, Sonny, Bryson helping behind the scenes, and Matt and Q. Yeah, Sam's put a lot of effort into making sure that this stream works, and we're all about doing the right things to make this as fantastic as possible. So getting a little run good, perhaps from the drunken poker gods. And a big hand here for Sam Von Kennel. We continue live at the Palms of Palm Social in Austin, Texas. New live stream, but feels like we've been around here for a lot longer. Have we not? Celebrated our 1-year anniversary here just about 2 weeks ago. And then for us, we kind of went to practice. Went and took care of a couple of things to make sure that our system was rock solid and good here for the days ahead. And so we'll move back here to Hold'em here on 1-3 match a stack. Again, the initial max with 1,000. And now if anybody wants, they can match up to what Sam's got, which I believe is well over 3,000. So we've got straddles on straddles on straddles here, it looks like. I believe Caitlin had folded the Jack 10, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, with Jack with the open with Ace Jack, that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't want to let us get a couple then?
Let's see, Josh, not going to continue. He's got to get change back. And
This is usually when you get tired and you got to go do
Hunter's got 10-9, does not want to continue out of position. Bones, what do you got there, Bones? He's got pocket 10s. Re-raise. Yeah, not a super deep game compared to once we've seen Bones play in. Massive, mega huge stacks. Here with the stack depths the way they are. Bones here for 485. After the 75 raise. Is not going to get any action, but he does seem pretty happy for the most part.
all the hearts are down, but not on those sixes. For real.
Jake Alley says we love you back. Vivian Lee, so glad Palm Social is live. Man, there may not be anybody happier than me, I think, at this point to see all of this come together and look over something completely brand new, and we can bring you fun ideas like this and find different ways to entertain the poker community versus the normal just like, hey, let's have a cash game, let's do this, let's do that. Come on. We're better than that. We could do some fun stuff out here, and that's why we always love to hear your comments and gather around with all the chat pros. Because you're like the conscious, the soul, like a reflection back to being able to tell us what the hell is it you love to see. Mixed Game Mike here in the house from Rounders Live says, let's effing go, Bones. Scribe saying, now I know why I haven't been making any of the monies. There's not enough liquor flowing in my game. Well, you know, that's a pro tip for you. Just make sure to take care of everybody after the fact. Make sure they got a safe ride home. So we got Mikey Sides off the 30 straddle, Bones, an emphatic shove. He's got a little umph into this. He says, I'm going to build a stack up here in this game. And get enormously hammered doing it. Now does Mikey want to call for $549 more with 8-5 of hearts? He has bought up to what looks like the 3K max at this point. All right, they're going to talk it out, and then Mikey is going to press the fold button. He's going to show him a 4. Vivian saying, I love the hashtag laid back appeal. I do too. It's the felt of dreams out here at live at the Palms and Palm Social. Mixed Game Mike, hope you're well tonight. Hey, man, I feel pretty awfully, really damn good for the most part. It's, you know, we watched the first 2 live streams after the fact. Came home on Saturday and just had the first chance to just watch it, and I just a beaming sense of like, oh, what could this become? So I've been just kind of riding that buzz here for a while. Just hope to continue to grow the channel. Hope you love it. And we'll keep working hard to try to bring you something interesting. So here we go. Sam looks like he's taking a little pause from this. Sipping on the old Red Bull, or I think it was like a sugar-free Red Bull. Bone's going to open here to 18. Gets immediately 3-bet by like 100x the size up to 300. Ryan is going to call for 294 more. And Bones has got some gamble in him, but not that level. So we're going to go heads up. Dealer Chris. And what a flop. For Mike is going to flop a straight flush draw, and Brian connects with no part of this board, and that is a winner there for old Mikey Sides. And Jimmy Bluffett, sugar-free Red Bull. I'm not sure if it should. I mean, that is an enormous controversy to start the show. Is he going the sugar-free variety, or is he going to get fully gassed up with the real Red Bull? As for me, you know I stay loyal to the greatest thing in the world, which is C4 Smart Energy Drink, which is currently coursing through my veins and generating me a lot of excitement. I'm not actually drinking tonight. Like, I don't, unless somebody brings me something back here that's a really terrific, fantastic whiskey. You know, for the sake of our network and our show, I think it's just best to, yeah, keep a 1 to 2 drink minimum here, and that's maybe the maximum. We'll see how the night goes. We had a small raise open here to 10. Drew going to put in the 3-bet and the hijack up to 40. Hunter just going to flat here in this spot, as I imagine anticipates that Brian may just rip it over here to the top of the 10-8 of clubs. Drew's going to get it in here with 9-7. He's going to push over the top for 1,300 with 9-7 offsuit. And now Hunter, who is casually just looking for a flop to connect with, has now seen the short stack rip it in for probably at least the 4th or 5th time, so can expect that he doesn't have a hand. And now you got to try to judge what's Drew's state here. He's living high on life for the most part. And when you're in the zone and you just feel like that hand's a winner, you just go with it. It doesn't have to make sense. You can't run it through a solve. You can't, you know, come with a pure good reason as to. You just know deep inside, I'm going to win with this. And that's what drunk courage is about. The false belief, and when it works out, it's terrific. So we've got some gamble going on. Hunter, now here with a decision with Ace-Queen offsuit ahead, but every once in a while you can still feel like your opponents can get crazy still with good enough hands. So that is a heck of a decision here in a drunken game where everybody's doing a shot per orbit. We're playing the 7-deuce game as well, which if the winner of the 7-deuce hand gets it through, everybody at the table's got to take a shot. So 10-8 versus 9-7. Drew's only going to have to get in here for 260. I think gets a little bit of dead money associated with that. And 5-5 king. 7-ball right there, good for Drew. And 7s and kings, good for a $601 pot, as Brian just cannot hit a damn thing here tonight. Now, Nick, is there a commentary to chat delay? There absolutely is not. Our staff worked super hard. I'm just enamored by this game right now because I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this. Okay, I have. It's called Texas Poker. It's a big part of this all. So, again, visit us on Instagram at PalmSocial512. Phone number to reach us to get us in. If you want to get on the list for any game, again, 512-953-8388. Open on Saturdays. College football is back, baby. The big game's coming back. We've got the great Nick from UA here in the house. So, now I think our stream is Christianed to, like, the real level, to a fact that it's just special. Beards, Bryson here in the chat. 30-minute delay on the live stream. I am deep within the bowels of Palm Social. We had a special tunnel. There's a secret compartment. There's a combination that only I and I can't tell you who the other person that knows. So safely secured on delay and enjoying the action in real time here with you. We got a hand. Caitlin here going to 3-bet out the straddle up to 110. After we had Drew open with 8 of hearts, 8 of clubs. And had 2 callers behind him, Bones here with King 10 and Queen 10. So he's trying to decide, do I maybe decide to isolate here in a low-stakes cash game? If it potentially feels like Caitlin could be on the thinner variety. I think a reasonable spot to 3-bet from her position, $284 in the middle. Boom, it is going to come out 10-5 deuce, just a brick for each. Caitlin here with the king of spades. We try to come out and rep the top of the range hands. What does she bet here, folks? What's going on, Ryan? So what's up, Mike? Ryan Palakis here from the All In Poker podcast. Had done podcast episodes with Caitlin. Also did one with myself. That was pretty entertaining. 8 right here on the turn. So Drew's got a hammer lock on this one. The run good continuing. Is Jack on the end. So 574 pot. Caitlin going to check it. Drew going to hunt for some value. And I think like 1/5 size pot here. At about like 225. I didn't see one of the blocks there as an easy fold. Hey, there's Matt putting out the reload. Maybe we're getting a new player. So as you see our stacks here, 1-3 drunk poker night here on Monday. Pleased to have you all here. Invite you to hit subscribe. We're going to be streaming 2 to 3 nights a week. Again, PLO Wednesday, big stakes 5, 10, 25. And also on Saturday, game to be determined. Probably expect it might be 5-5 or 5-10, and that is going to be the plan here. So Nick from Yuma saying that hat doubles as a basketball hoop. It's one way to have presence on a table, and got to heads up in that Prime Social tournament out this past weekend. So I don't know if Drew's gotten any sleep. If he's just been partying and celebrating. And I don't know if he cares. You get to that stage, you finish pretty deep in the tournament, you're loving life. The world is your oyster. So Sam here with a legit hand, ace queen. Under the gun. Everybody's drinking, but I think they do want to actually try to play good. Or at least have some fun. Drew went a 3x size 3-bet with 10-9 because why the hell not? Brian going to continue. Let's see if Sam applies the hammer. Is going to put out the 4-bet here to 300. Again, keep hitting the like button for us. Helps get the channel out there. We've enjoyed our reach so far. It seems like finding our way into recommendations, but we rely on chat pros and wonderful humans like you to grace the like. And all right, Sam is going to get called in 2 spots, so this is a spot where doing things right goes wrong. And boom! Drew going to flop a king high straight. Brian Bricken here with 6-4. Sam has flopped middle pair with a straight draw that would be to a 10. So 2 live Drew, says Nick from Yuma. Fine. Abs-freaking-lutely. Here we go. Sam going to make the call here for 200. I think reasonable from his position. Off-suited board, Drew can have any. He could have ace jack. He could have king 10s, but as we see here, he's flopped the king high straight. Get a little bit more value. Is what? Did he decide to chug it in? Mikey Sides trying to get the attention of a trucker right now. There you go. Now a decision here to Sam for 1.5K. Sam's gonna call. Oh no. Only way he can win is with a 10. It's going to be a 6 here on the first board. 10 for half the pot. It's going to be a J-ball, so... what a hand here for Drew. Now I'm going to pick up this $4,300 pot. Had 3-bet Sam pre with 10-9 offsuit. Sam puts in the 3-bet, or excuse me, the 4-bet pre to about like 300, and Drew makes a call, and then... just gets to pile up a $4,300 pot. Isn't the game beautiful sometimes? Doesn't it make complete total sense? Time for another drink, it looks like. Drinks are flowing here on 1-3 match stack, which has not played anything like a 1-3 game. It does, however, have seemed like this is a game where a lot of people have been drinking. So, Drew running on an enormous sun run. Fantastic. Sam is going to surrender some chips here, but I can imagine all of this is still in play. So, continue on here on Live at the Palms. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, as we're going to be streaming about 3 nights a week. And Wednesday, PLO, big stakes PLO. It's going to start a little bit earlier at 5. And we'll do 5, 10, 25. And... then on Saturday still is going to be game to be determined. So that's why we invite you to ring the bell. That way you're going to make sure when we are on, you're right here with us. So people talking about the Chat Pros Union here. Okay, I'll bring this back here because it looks like we've got a board connection. Brian's got bottom pair. Caitlin has got a set of 9s. And Hunter has got overs in a straight draw here to a 7 or queen. Caitlin with the raise up here to 100 after the bet of 40 in position here. Back here to Hunter's going to make the call as we've built up a pot to about 260. And a 5-ball here is not going to change up anything, but 260 in the middle. Let's see. Caitlin's going to make it about a pot-sized bet here, which with the hearts turning, probably the right move. Is I think you can expect that you're going to be up against 10 Jack, 10 Queen. Any of the 10X's, I mean, on a rare occasion, maybe 10-7 suited, depending on the players, but... So 250 seems about right. I wouldn't even mind, okay, I wouldn't even mind like 200, but... I think if Hunter has like a more legitimate draw with like, say like King Jack of Hearts... I think Caitlin can kind of just name her price, and I think they're just going to find a player in position that's more like to call in that spot. So, gets it done. Pot being pushed to our girl Caitlin. Has been a part here of the social media and relations and some of the posts that you do see here on @PalmSocial512. Corey DeVillier also doing some photography for us. You can visit him on Instagram @CoreyD123 to see some of his work. We did a pre-game interview with Knuckle Sam that I think we'll have released. And we hope to have a post-game interview, which I have no idea what the hell I'm going to expect here. A couple of drunk guys and lady. And that's why we invite you to subscribe, so you don't miss out on some of this fantastic content. That is Mikey Sides with 8-8. Sam, going to come along here with the 3 deuce of diamonds, and let's do this. As King Jack. Gut shot straight draw here for Josh. 2 pair for Mike and Sam with 3 high. So just another day here at Palm Social. Rami asking what place did Drew get last night? I never actually got clarification. I watched it for a little bit, and I at least saw they got heads up, and I don't know if they made a specific deal. I should have researched this totally, but the momentum of the day drove me all sorts of places. Is Josh V going to fold a pretty weak straight draw? Mike's able to just pick up a pot, so Drew sitting with about 4.3K. Mike here with 3.3. And yeah, everybody either around 1,000 or above. So we saw a lot of just pre-flop jamming to start this game. Now we'll get to see once the stacks get a little bit deeper here. A little bit, maybe some more nuanced drunk play. We could try to do our own human BAC calculators, try to figure out, okay, just how drunk on the spectrum do you think each of these players are? 1 being sober, 10 being sloshed. Like, that is a spectrum we'll try to monitor here as a shot every orbit and a slosh pot. I think we should call them slosh pots. Here we go. So let's scan out all the hands for our pot limit Omaha single board. Oh, that's fantastic. Bryson saying that an ICM chop at 4 for the majority. He was the chip leader at that point, and then he took 3rd. They left a little bit on top of that, but I don't know, to get to that point, man. It's a nice payday. Top set, it looks like for Jack, is we've got a 10-9-4 board with clubs. Josh V with king high clubs. Mikey Sides with the 9 high clubs. And Brian here with what looks like a straight draw to a jack, which would give him the queen high straight. And an 8-ball turn, so find a hand here. Jack gets a redraw out of this, so I imagine at 5-10, if it gets checked to him, he's going to pot it. What? Okay, maybe he does fear Queen Jack. Okay, that's... We see 2 queens are out. It's going to come out a Jack of clubs on the end, unless Hunter has ace-high clubs here, which remains a mystery. Josh V here going to be all in for 369, and okay, that's probably your candidate for the ace of clubs buried under here for Hunter. I can't foresee any number of reasons why he would have probably continued without, so Jack here with just a set of 10s at this point, and the queen high straight here for Brian, but it goes all in and then rips, so tough for me to believe that he would have called here. So Hunter was the winner. So I imagine if our action tracker is set, well, he was the one to pick up the pot there, then it was pretty good reason to believe that he flipped up the nuts, and king high clubs were no good. So just, you know, a run of the mill $2,100 single board bomb pot here at Palm Social. Rami saying Mike does this every day, so he's definitely the most sober. Yeah, that's a fact. You know, and I want to go on a roll too, because I don't want to start burping and coughing, and then people listen to this like a year from now going, what the hell is that guy's problem? Alan Piscitello, the old Brutus Poker vlog, checking in. Said, I forgot to tune in during my tournament for the Palm Social Run Good. Well, you know, that's on you. That's why you've got to ring your bell. Ring the bell. That way, you'll get a notification on your phone that says, boom, Live at the Palms is happening. As we've got Bones with a raise up to 15. Mikey Sides the 3-bet to 10-9 of diamonds. Caitlin has to fold out the ace-8 of hearts after the 3-bet. Brian is absolutely going to carry on here with these queen of clubs. And Bones here to have some fun. Let's do this. Yes, sir. Is going to come out top pair here for Mike. A straight draw here for Bones. And overs and backdoor clubs for Brian. Brian here with a good choice here with Bud Light. Never fills you up, never lets you down. I was trying to think of how many incorrect beer slogans I could think of before the audience would call me out on it. The great filling taste of Bud Light, tap the Rockies. Brian going to raise it up here to 375. Mike also, well, I guess here with a 10-9, hoping maybe a safe card there on the turn and maybe a 4. He's going to beat him right under the pot. A 1.1K shove. Mike beats him into the middle. And here we go. It's going to be a 5. It's ace queen, no good. And a 3.3K pot. Here for old Mikey Sides. So didn't need to be nutted there. Just had a feeling Brian was absolutely full of it. And yeah, that is... see that pot go down. The only thing I think you can do is take a really refreshing drink of Bud Light. This is really, honestly, for us, just the opportunity to pitch this out to any of the alcohol companies that would want to sponsor this show. You know, I think that would be marketing genius for, you know, potentially... Name your liquor company. Jack Daniels. Boom. We could do Jack Daniels night here at Live at the Palms. You could do any number of tequila companies. LeBron James. He could bring his tequila company here And boom, live at the Palms. Everybody's getting drunk on the bronze tequila. And, you know, everybody wins. But for the most part, a variety of different drinks and choices on the Felt of Dreams here tonight. As Tito's says ATX Poker. Now that's using your noggin there, buddy. Is Brian opens here with Queen 6 of Spades. Bone's going to call with King Jack of Spades. Is going to be an all-in pre for probably like 500. Trying to get the double up here for Brian. Is going to turn. Oh, wow. Flush here for Bones. Flush over flush here for Brian. And he stands in triumph. King of the castle, he says. Bones been on a bit of a downswing, so I think you kind of feel like maybe the game's doing you a solid back to some of these spots. Maybe use that as a little forward momentum. As we hope to use that you use your forward momentum to visit us here at Palm Social in Austin, Texas at 9070 Research Boulevard, right next to Pluckers. Here at the Crossroads Shopping Center. If you want to get on the list for any of our games, again, it's 512-953-8388. We are currently on the Tempest Portal app, but moving on over to Poker Atlas for your playing experience. And we're open on Saturdays. College football is back, baby. And we want you to come out there and watch with us. Whoever you're rooting for, rooting against, whatever money you got on the game, come on out and visit. And we hope you can have a great time like we're having here. Josh here with the 3-bet to 105. Bones turning down his opportunity to use the 7-deuce bonus. Again, they are playing the 7-deuce game. But the 7-deuce wins, the table's got to take a shot. So that is just a ticking time bomb of potential disaster here. As 51 of you watching, we appreciate if you spread the link. Put the good word out here about Drunk Monday. Players taking a shot per orbit. Or at least making sure they got to get a drink down by the time it comes around. What's going on, PM? Longtime viewer of my stuff. Good to have you here, ATX. I feel like it is a Chop Pro reunion here. ATX Poker. Mikey, does your Call of Duty shirt fit? Yes, and I wore it here to Palms one day, too. One of our rehearsal days, so I was making sure, like, this is one of my favorite shirts. Brian here with the open with the old computer hand, the Queen 7 of Spades. We are getting an impending 3-bet by our guy Drew. Here with King 5 offsuit, just feeling it, I guess. And I think we are going to get a call. Yeah, there we go. Queen 7, King 5. Ace Deuce 5 is going to connect here for Drew. As Nick from you with a fantastic idea. When's the Sippin' on J-Win and Juice shirt drop? I'm going to write that one down for merch ideas, for merch store ideas. Drew going to bet his hand in position. I think it's going to work effectively. And Ryan just cannot find a good flop to save his life. Can open every day at 11 a.m. Got some really good afternoon games for sure. And now I'm going to start streaming 3 nights a week. Predominantly Monday and Wednesday. And I think we may start doing some Saturday streams. So again, subscribe so you make sure that you can check out our channel. See when we are going to be up there next. Check us out at PalmSocial512. And we'll carry on with some more live poker here, ladies and gents. Doing a little double check and just seeing if you guys are picking up much from the table. Appreciate any feedback here from any of our resident chat pros. You've got a new home. Hope it's nice and comfy. You can see your messages being sent to one another. We can be a tight-knit little community again. Well, I did see we had some pounding of some chips, and looks like Brian now trying to win here with 9-7. Drew here with ace queen. We're going to get a run out here. Jack, jack, and a 9 on the end. So Brian finally comes up with a winner somehow, some way. And the tables... I'm not saying he got his money in with winners, but if you pride the man's drunk ambition to get in with something, like eventually he was going to have to find one. Eventually. ATX Pokers saying we need a Chat Pro Dog Park Day. I'm all about that. Let's line it up. Just don't tell Gary C. Tell it's a different location. Tell him it's the old 9th hole and 9 trick. Yeah, dog park party, 9th grade at 9. They're totally cool with it. All right, Sam here with the old 6-5 at diamonds. I don't know how long we're going to stream here tonight. That's the other remaining mystery to me. That I would presume 4 hours, but God only knows by the time we get to hour 3 what this is going to look like. So, huge shout out there to Q that you see in the background. This is probably even a tougher game to try to figure out how to action track and get in rhythm, because everybody's drinking. It's going to be a little disjointed at times, but he cannot see the cards, but he can log the action, so he's picking it up pretty quick. Here we go. Queen with the king here for old Mikey Sides. Is having himself a ball game tonight. It's going to be top pair, it looks like, up to 300. Is going to be effective here as top pair. Looks like it's going to take it down. Rami says, well, if you beat up Shooter, then you're really just making more work for me. That's a fact. And, you know, just a public service announcement here from Palm Social. The only thing better than having a drink in your hand is if you're out golfing. And if you need piles and piles of golf balls, he can direct you. You can actually meet Rami at some point here at Palm Social, and he will have all the golf balls for you that your heart desires. Take a sip of something sweet and take a swing of the club and hit a fine, fine golf ball from our good friend Rami Mubashir. You can put that on like a recorded commercial and make millions. Carlo pointing out Shooter's Tour. Here we are. I think I see a bomb pot button in the vicinity soon. Brian gonna shove here with Jack 5 of spades, all in for 620. Sam had what looked like put out either a 50 raise or a 50 straddle Okay, he's got the S sign next to him, so that's definitely a straddle. Boom goes the dynamite. Your boy Uncle Sam. All in for 1.6K. Jack had called out of the small blind for 8-7 offsuit. And Lord only knows what's about to happen here. All right, we are going to get all in to 629 coming in from each. Don't know what Sam has, but he's got a 5 turned up. Now a queen turns and a 9. And Jack 5 is going to win it here for Brian. Vindication, baby.
He's coming back. Damn, 3 out.
Brian wants a shot for sure to celebrate a victory. Anytime you get a good in with Jack 5 versus Ace 5 and outflop your opponent, that's another reason to take a drink. So, Carlos suggesting all the chat pros meet up at Red Lobster. Hell frickin' yeah. Really like this camera, especially at these views. And I think the idea is when we do have, big stars come on in, these are the cool seats that we want to have some of those players in, and we're still learning exactly what makes this stream best and what's going to make it pop. And we always appreciate your comments and feedback. We've got Josh raising here with Ace Queen of Spades. Hunter is going to put out the 3-bet. And make it big there, sir. It's going to be like 480, I believe, or 475. And I don't know if he's going to get any action off of that. Jack winds up with 9s on the button. The devil and the angel on both shoulders. The angel telling him fold. The devil saying, "You can call here. You can totally call." It's got a little more demented voice than that, but this may... Okay, so with Josh... Oh, my God. Brian's going to get in with Queen 9. As you can see, this is going to be our most detailed and strategic analytics ever performed on what the hell everybody is doing. Sam's in with 5-4 spades. Hunter has just encountered the dream scenario at this point. He's got a player flatting on the button that he has got covered. Shove all in. Shove all in. And now another rip right in over the top. So a potential 5-way all in with kings. Now Jack is here to close the action. $758 remaining in his stack by our count. Now Jack just realized, there's just so much money in here. I got to get it in. So pick a hand, any hand. What do you think's got a chance to win? Unfortunately, Sam, his spades are no good here in this spot. As Josh, I think he's got a little bit more than 540 if I'm correct. And this is just like a dealer puzzle here for you. So first you bring in from the short stack, which I believe, if the numbers are correct, 540. Rami corrected me here in the chat, said these are the big stars. Absolutely. I'm just saying, like, you do everybody justice, all right? So we've got a gigantic pot building for the main, and then we've got probably what's going to be 3 or 4 small side pots, essentially. By our count, Hunter has the most, so there will be the main, then the side, and then the other side, and then the third side on the outside with Hunter and Brian. So that's a cool part about these games. You get big pots like this, but they take a little bit to develop because you want to make sure you get the numbers right, you get the chips right. So whoever wins gets each and every single cent of it. So while we wait for our run out, boom, hit that like button for us. Drew might have a heart attack here because he's realizing how bad Sam's got it in this specific spot. And Sam's on a heater. He ran up a lot of money here and got into a big pot with Drew. So we have got all of these pots lined up. Let's take a look at the board. Make sure we identify that first. So there we go. Great job, Chris. Like a pro. Let's see it. Everybody's standing. King's holding up. King's seals it on the first board. The only board is going to be a winner of about $6,000 for Hunter in this 1-3 drunk poker match the stack night. And what do you know? The best hand wins somehow, huh? How did that happen? How did that happen?
What is that, like 7,000?
Sam actually did make a straight out of it, unfortunately. For him, he was on the shorter stack, had no other side pots that he could win off of that. That is a lot of money being shipped over there to Hunter. And it just an unbelievable night. Third episode, Live at the Palms. Hit the like, click subscribe. Go tell your friends here, all your poker friends and buddies. The Good Word of Palm Social in Austin, Texas, located at 9070 Research Boulevard, Suite 105, by the Crossroads Shopping Center, right there next to Pluckas. And if you want to get on the list, you see this game right now. You're like, I want to play some poker right now. 512-953-8388. We will start streaming 3 nights a week now. And still sorting out the exact process for some of these games like this. The cool part was once we announced this, there was like, I think everybody was like, I want to be on this, and I hope it is something we can do another version of in the future, just to spice things up. We welcome new ideas here to Live at the Palms, new different ways of doing things, and how to have a damn good time. Well, it's time to rebuy, get some more chips back at it. After a 5-way all-in between pocket nines, ace queen, 5-4 suited, queen nine, and the eventual winner, pocket kings. So, be a little bit of a pause here, I think, before we get to everybody and get the chips rebought. Yeah, my name is Mike Jungblut, the dude talking, producer Sonny, action tracker Q. Chris here in the box for us is got some of the best dealers here in town. And when it comes to sorting out gigantic pots, we got a full army, Palms Nation, here to burn them and turn them. And excited here for the future. Just our 3rd episode. And can't wait to see what we do next. Well, it's bomb pod time. I don't think it's mandatory shot per orbit time. It's getting awfully close, I think, once it gets to Sam's button here. So it does appear that we've got a PLO bomb pot. We do got Drew's hand scanned. Loading, loading. So that kind of the tricky part here is we've got the dual scanners, so they do help load up all these big combos of hands a lot quicker. Nick from Yuma, you've got mail. Well, everybody's saying we got a Windows noise here, and I hear it too. Yeah, this is actually all the emails. Once they finally... They're like, oh yeah, by the way. Here's all of your fan mail from everybody who used to watch you on the live stream. It kept coming. What you're hearing is the sound of the crying 10,000 chat pros. And I'm really humbled by that, too. I never expected to be able to get to that point in my career that 10,000 emails would flood on in. Hey, we love you. Do talking. Okay. 10-8-5 here as we load up the hands. Everybody's piling on in with what looks like combo draws galore. Sam here with Jack 9 here with... Him and Drew basically have the same hand, except Drew's got hope to maybe some backdoor spades. Sam's got some hope to backdoor hearts. And Josh, if he's in here for 385, has, well, it's got some of the same hopes and dreams maybe on the lower end. So it is going to be a deuce and an 8. So it looks like Drew and Sam, if they have the hands they have, they should be chopping this, but... I see some paint, and I think those cards were read correctly, so... I think these are actually... I'm actually getting forwarded all the complaints by the Poker YouTube Alliance. We're all part of this club. Like, you guys don't know this. You know, me and the Hustler guys... Even Slick Rick comes and hangs out. We all chat and we share information and like this diplomatically. You know, you're innocent until proven guilty, but this is a lot of complaints being issued here. I'm not actually sure. We're getting, I think we were having, at this moment in time, the delay, an issue trying to reconnect with the graphics reader. So that would be my assumption.
Best $3 spent ever. And they don't take breaks, you know, they don't have to go somewhere, they can just eat. Actually, pretty smart. Damn, Hunter.
Call 10.
I'm kind of jealous, bro.
Someone is quitting their job to come play this game. Right now.
I don't blame him. Did Josh leave?
He's going back. 75. Was he in that last spot?
Yeah, he gone. John McCall.
Top player won it. But Jack here.
It's pretty funny. I guarantee this is going to play bigger balance.
That's 150. And done with two. Much done.
That was causing problems. Jack at about 150 here with a mystery hand, and Sam in bluff catching mode. There's going to be a bricky 3 on the end, so...
You know, you did
Sam is going to see the unfortunate news here that it was a raggedy ace that slightly flopped him. Be fresh since someone's sitting on the keyboard. No, I think it's over now. So I was hearing it, and if you were not anymore, then. All right, Hunter is sitting here with 6.7K. Mike and Drew. Now Bones all the way up here to 2.5K. This game getting a little bit deeper. That's what are we about? Like we are an hour and a half here into the program.
I like being out.
Raining?
No, I like being out in public.
I like to be at a sports bar. Dude, did you laugh so hard when I said to you that?
Yeah. What's funny is like you sent me that and like at the time I'm like reading my text and the text was like, hey, like wiggling, yeah, just like going in and out.
Yeah. So my buddy was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were all doing it, right? And he was on his way. And I was like, better hurry. Chalky's gone quick. And I took a picture of it.
Oh, let him rip, let him rip.
All right, we've got Sam all in for what appears to be 105. See if Caitlin here going to come into the mix with a call of 90. Brian has not been picky pre-flop with the hands that he wants to get in. I don't think King 10 is going to be in this folding range.
I was telling him what that's going to be.
And it might be in his all-in range here, right off the top. Caitlin's got his hand completely crushed, but we'll see. Was this just a call or was this a rip?
He has a name, Chris.
Jimmy Bluffett saying, Mike, okay, I'll be visiting soon. Any good, decent restaurants in the area? Actually, yeah, pretty close to Palms. Just take your pick. Yes, Brian is going to outflop Caitlin. It looks like we did wind up getting it all in pre. Or did we not? Okay, so Jack here turns. Caitlin's got the best of it unless Sam's got a better hand buried underneath. And Brian won a little back, got it in pretty decent. And not so decent in a couple other spots. Is going to see those chips pushed on over there to Caitlin. It does not look like Sam's. Okay, maybe did he have a hand out of the main pot? It doesn't look like. It looks like it's all going here to the broad laughing. As we carry on. And I wonder if we get a new player coming on the mix. No, we had some alternates ready to go in case. Brian's got no quit in him. That's why he's a beast. Okay. Jimmy Bluffett, Mike, I will be visiting soon. There's like literally close to like Palm Social. Like I'm not a restaurant expert. I know there's a ton of people that absolutely are. They're, I mean, just around us in this area. I mean, there's one really immaculate place that's super close, that literally walking distance, and I don't know if anybody knows about this place, but it's called Chili's. I mean, phenomenal. It's I don't understand why people aren't just like walking through the door constantly, and I'm not just stampeded every day. I mean, just amazing.
You know my name too.
That's not my name. That's not my name. They call me.
Winner there for Caitlin. Turn the swag up here. Let's go. All right, I'll raise up here to 50.
Oh my gosh, quiz me on music. That's such a fun activity.
Here we go on to, all right, I think Mikey just going to be able to take it down pre. Then we'll keep it going here on Live at the Palms, Monday night, Drunken Poker. Everybody's got to take a shot per orbit or take a drink throughout the duration of that orbit. The 7-deuce game is on, so if you win 7-deuce, the table's got to take a shot. We've not seen it done yet, but we are going to keep our eyes peeled.
Sounds like time well spent.
So well, did I even be off? want to hear about the
I've seen a few contenders try to attack, and we'll have some post-game interviews, so I invite you to check our content here live at the Palms. Be able to catch that out there in the future, hopefully soon.
I'll punish you, Brian.
I would like to fold the hand, but that's me.
9 raise.
All right, raise up here to 35. Is going to get a 3-bet from Brian up to 250. Looks like Jack is going to call him here position here for 250. Let's do this. 514 right there in the middle, and it is going to be an 8-5-3 board. Brian with a hand to be determined. I don't know. They can just open up the whole graph right there. That's any possible hand Brian could have. I think those calling ranges get a little bit bigger as the drinks get flowing, and King 10 high may be good, and nope, Ace King high is the best. So Brian does actually have a real hand in there, and his wild reputation here paying off as had his opponent pretty much drawn to only about 3 outs. And yep, that's precisely what it was. So, all right, is Brian's chipping back up here a little bit, back to 1,000. Continue on at 5 of the Palms. Make sure to stick with us. Hit subscribe, hit like. I think we're going until at least 10 or 11 tonight. I think 11 was the plan. But I know these players are going to be taking about a 5-minute break soon. Because let me tell you what, if you're going to be hammering shots, pounding drinks, you got to get a little restroom break in you. You got to get a smoke. You got to be able to get yourself a sip of water. Again, we will have the players covered with Uber rides on the way home, so anybody that has a little bit too much fun doesn't cause any problems as soon as they exit these doors. And all right, here we go. There's limping for $3 in this 1-3 match stack game. All right, let's see. Did we get the hand reset, or did Brian? Yeah, there's a major graphics there on that. That's no worries, but we saw that he had Ace King. So with this, I think we may have had to just completely reset the deck so that cards were registering. These are finicky RFID cards, and so our next stream will be Wednesday, early evening at 5 p.m., 5/10/25 PLO streaming here on Live at the Palms, and expect a Saturday game to be determined. I'll have that up here on the channel as much as possible. Have you guys been able to check out the highlight reels? Those look good. The thumbnails seem like, yeah, this is a legit live stream. I've had a lot of fun with that, and still a process we're still learning to try to master and get you the good stuff. So get that poker content just coursing right through your veins. I think Uncle Sam might be paying us a visit here relatively soon, as gonna allow these cards to scan while we've got the next hand going on. And I think maybe we just had like a brief little. I do feel a lot better about having the cup holders on here as well. That you don't have to put a lid on anything for the most part. I think you can mostly trust poker players here on this one to not ruin the felt of dreams. All right, Rami here with some classic advice. Probably more seasoned than me, and find ourselves a good steakhouse here in Austin, Texas. Let's see if we can help our friend Jimmy Pluffett in the chat to line him up with destination. That will treat him right. Oh, okay. Bryson mentioned these are the hands that we had a few graphics issues, so nonetheless, the dude talking, Mike Jungblut here with you in the house. You can follow me at HoopsMike on Instagram and Twitter. Our third live stream show. Everything, for the most part, going great. I mean, this is a very random kind of game to stream to just try to figure out what in the hell is going on. So we're having a few issues here, but but that also means that they were in the past. So it means in the future everything's going to be good. So let's toss a drink around to everybody. Oh wow, Bryson saying things even out shortly after the power goes out. That actually happened. The lights and all sorts of stuff. Maybe there was the old spirit that used to encompass this when this used to be the Austin Poker Palace or something. I don't know. Did they got rid of the curse, I believe, right? E. Mackenzie's not anywhere in sight. You know, that's usually our first warning sign if we do start to see a little bit of a tremble of the light, a little tremor, a little just like, oh. Rami asking me an NBA question. So, Mike, how are the Timberwolves looking this year? Well, I think they've got a better coach that is going to make the most out of the talent that they have. I don't believe for the fact that, given how good the West is, that it might put them in that contention. Their best case scenario is, they get the max out of those guys, and Beverly gives them just a little bit more defensive pull that maybe they can contend for that the play-in tournament, but they're going to have to get the best version out of everybody. That'll be maybe a little bit more fun to watch. I think they care. They give you the impression that you care, and that's all you can really hope for. So we'll see if that transpires. All right, Hunter now. Again, the 7 deuce game is on. If you win with the 7 deuce, the table's got a drink.
Sammy, is Josh coming back?
He's on his way back right now.
Ryan and The Rock here asking how many beverages are they in. I God only knows. I might have to ask Sam that exact question, because I think there's been at least 3 or 4 shots taken thus far. Jack here with Ace King. Hunter the deep stack decided, I tried to go for it, but I was picked off by a legit hand, so. I'm not sure specifically here, but we are about an hour and a half in, so if we're saying like per orbit is maybe 20 or 25 minutes.
How'd you get here? One weekend ago, there would have been too late for you.
I think we have to point out that you can use the link feature on your Instagram story, so if you're just like, how do I post, like, I think you can do that and you don't need 10K followers now. Now, Ryan, based off Caitlin's stack of cups, it's looking like 5. Some people try to go with a multi-stack approach. I don't know if they keep their empties. That is a potential good metric to look at to see if it's. All right, Mike here with a couple of ladies. And Brian here with Queen Deuce and Hunter with Jack 10. Let's go. I don't think we get a read on this board, but it does look like Brian bottom pair. Hunter, I believe, flop middle pair with a 10. It looks like ace 10 deuce. To the best of my knowledge. Scanning. We do get a bet and a call, so an 80 flop continuation bet here by Mike after we opened to 60, or excuse me, by Hunter. Laid it out here to 80. Mike for sure called here for 80, so now we're going
He told me about
So we
you all
see
today.
Brian checking out his. It's something I do quite often too. Is check out your Robinhood account. Okay, so scanning.
Yeah, are you just gonna tease us like that, or are you gonna?
It was kind of initially off the base.
We are trying to get it to load, so I guess at this point, if as long as what I'm seeing is correct and it's ace-10 deuce, Brian folds. We'll go to heads up. Both players with the spade in their hand. Mikey with the queen of spade.
52 is putting a club in.
So we'll see if he gets something like a 7 of spade or something like that. So, is there going to be a card that Hunter can connect with that can put a little bit of pressure on Mike?
Maybe they can build.
Or is it one that we're going to get the check back here between these two gentlemen? So the board not reading. We do know ahead of time that this was actually solved. We are on a 30-minute delay live at the Palms. Mike Jungblut, the dude talking, hang with us here for a moment of time. See Corey right there, videographer, collecting footage. That be a part of all the content that you'll come to know and love as live at the Palms. We'll also help you meet some of the players and the personalities. And to give you professional footage so that, hey, you are really getting the best glance of who human beings are. So, okay, check that again. It was ace 9-3. So Hunter did not pair up and try to just take a C-bet with it. Brian did not catch a pair on that. So this, unless we see turn aggression by Hunter, Mikey may opt to check back, but ace 9-3 as we load up the board. There we go.
Turn with 6 of diamonds. River with 4 clubs.
Snap your fucking.
So we've got ourselves at least to the river. Mike comes up with the win. So up to about 5,100. Hunter sitting with about 6.5K. This is a 1-3 match of stack game for crying out loud.
No, I snap call.
I know that's been a familiar theme, and we just say hashtag Texas Poker. As many drinks that we've got going on here, we've got a pretty big game. And third live stream we've done, if you've not checked out the first two. First one, a little short, but it happens. And the second, actually a pretty good collection of hands. And you don't want to sit through like all three of it. We've had a couple of highlight reels, I think exactly 4 put out on the channel that you can go revisit and check out some of your favorite personalities are doing.
Hunter, you cannot bluff the king. I snap called your cock off.
Back to the action here on Live at the Palms. Again, opened Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. Saturday's open yet again. It's college football is back. I mean, I need to go recheck the slated schedule for those games because it's so hard to keep track of not just what's happening here locally, but you know, with so many fantastic programs around the country. NFL is going to be right around the corner, so you might just be getting on your fantasy football drafts. I really will try not to talk too much of that on this channel, but we're a little bit more open to chat about what you want to talk about here with us on the live stream. I'm trying to keep it to poker. I'm trying to keep specifically here to Palms, but I know there are pockets of time that we can mix things up here and we don't have to yell at each other. Gosh, there is some really good games happening. Like, what?
I have a pussy. My bank account isn't as big as
Penn State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, both top 25. Alabama, Miami. Texas taking on Louisiana, Lafayette. Clemson and Georgia. I mean, we're going to be having a live stream while Clemson, Georgia is going on. Sick. All right. I'll probably have a separate monitor to keep that one open, but thoughts out there to Louisiana. That looked like a pretty rough thing with Hurricane Ida. I was mesmerized by that. And a storm, probably as strong as Katrina, but probably didn't do as much damage and let up, I think, a little bit more inland. So, boy, that sounds like that's going to be a whole scene situation. So, hopefully you are staying safe where you are. Sam here takes a sip, some vodka Red Bull, and shoves it here with a Queen 7. See if anybody else wakes up with a hand. Droop's going to rip it here for 4.2K. Just a casual $4,200 shove. Brian's in here with ace-4. And here we go again, folks. I don't know. I think we probably should start firing up the music already. Yeah, that's the vibe we're going for. Carnival Sam, the legend, godfather of the social card club method here in Texas. This is Palm Social in Austin, Texas, live at the Palms. Always a great time. I literally feel the relaxation all throughout my body as I come here. That it's like, okay, this place is beautiful. This live stream is beautiful. And these hands have been insane. As we're going to have somehow have a 3-way all-in. No idea what Drew had at this point, but... All right, ace-8-4. Better guess that Drew's got an ace buried. No, well, aces. 4 is full of aces. Does Drew actually have a hand? No, I guess we may have had, like, this was some of the illusion that we were talking to of a graphics reader error. Because that does not look like a man who has ace-4, hit that board, and won. So the heater may be continuing now for Drew. So I didn't see officially who actually won that, but I think our computer doing a little bit of a hiccup. You know, that was the thing. Like, it was also a one-shot minimum for all our equipment. You know, we thought it was only fair. So like, I'm staying sober. I get that a lot, too. Some people think I'm drinking while I'm doing a show. And it's not, I mean, when I do sports, I'm much more clear and concise because I know I'm going to have to scream and yell. But when I take a more casual tone, it can kind of give the impression maybe I had a little something. And unfortunately, tonight, I have not had any. And I'm good with that, man. There's a lot to have to look forward to tomorrow and the day after to continue to not worry too much about that kind of stuff. So, okay, Bryson says about to take 5, and then the problems are better. So we took about 5 minutes in this, and then we were able to come back to the action. So that's according to the information we have. So just a little 5-minute little breather here, and allowed everybody to probably take a restroom break and reacquaint themselves with outside. I mean, yeah, we can set up a second microphone there to not have to deal with anything. Yeah, I've got it turned up here because we've invited Sam Von Kennel back here to our studio. I'll try to gauge out your levels here in a sec. So there we got Sam.
Yeah, hopefully this mic's working. I have no idea.
All right, Sam Von Kennel here. We're about an hour and a half into this. Is this as much madness as you were expecting?
Quite a bit more.
Even more?
I apologize. I think I said on our promo video that this was supposed to be a friendly game where nobody gets waxed and we all have fun.
I did not believe that for a second, though.
Not for a second. So we're all a little bit tipsy. Chips are flying all over the place. I've seen the $80 straddle 3 times, I think, and you've seen me put it over 1,000 all in with 5 high.
You know, that's when I know you guys are having fun here, as we're here on the halftime special, brought to you by Palm Social and C4 Energy Drink. I was trying to say that this is actually a great promotional opportunity for anybody in the liquor business. Like, imagine if, like, Twin Liquors wanted more exposure, and you know, we can, like we said, go to Tito's, we can go to any of these companies and be like, we'll just drink a bunch of your stuff and wear like Tito's shirts and hats. I don't know. What do you think, Sam? I was thinking out loud about.
Yeah, I mean, right now we are primarily vodka and tequila. Half the table's going vodka shots.
Okay.
The other half table's going tequila. But if somebody wants to sponsor our next live stream, sure, we will take a handle of your choice.
There's a lot of, you know, there seems to be a lot of new tequila creators out there. So I have a great hope that those stars may align. Okay, so any notable hands that you want to confess on or things you would like? I'm trying to think back to some of the hands. It seems like you and Drew have been trying to have a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I've played with these guys for years, but I apologize. I'm the worst at this.
Oh, okay.
Even when I'm sober, I don't remember what the fuck happened. And you give me a few cocktails, and sure, we took a little 30-minute smoke or a little 5-minute smoke break.
Yeah.
I don't remember what hands happened. The only ones I remember were that 4-5, which we hit the straight on the.
Oh
river.
yeah. What was that pandemonium like? I think Drew probably almost had a conniption. He was laughing so hard when he realized what you had buried in the hole there.
I had the table convinced I had aces. I told them all I had aces, and they were just like, no, wait, are you serious, bro? Like, for real, I'll be honest. And I was like, you guys, I'm being completely serious. I have aces. And so I was trying to make them shit their pants for a minute, but yeah, they quickly found out I was lying when I showed Drew my 4-5 of spades, and he starts laughing. It was a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah, I'd be able to read it. We're here with Sam Von Kennel. We're taking a quick 5-minute break here just to reload the graphics and get right back on into the game. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. There's 3rd edition. So how, the first two, I mean, especially the Saturday night, like, did you get the same kind of, like, goosebumps that I did? And the euphoria of, like, I like where we're heading with this.
Yeah, this time as a player, I kind of had a little bit of jitters because I had to just sit back and watch and make sure you guys, were handling everything appropriately. But I mean, yeah, I'm not taking any of the credit because you guys did it all last week, and we learned from it. And yeah, I think we're in pretty good hands with you and everybody, running the show.
I mean, I see it just kind of like everybody had a part of setting up the infrastructure, and everybody's got a piece of it. And when you're featured at different times is an entire thing. So it's like, I get the fun part of it, the commentary part, and the YouTube part of it, and it's just like always making sure everybody around us is appreciated. We know what the mission is, and it's hopefully to grow Palm Social. We have got a couple of streams coming up this week. A Wednesday game, PLO, 5-10-25. That could almost qualify as like drunk poker night, right? Or those guys probably played a little closer to the vest on some of these big games.
You would think so because of the stakes. It won't be an official drunk poker game, but half the table will be having a cocktail or two. I can guarantee it. And yeah, if you don't know any of these players and you're just tuning in and view them for the first time, you'll probably see some plays where you're going to think they're drunk, but no, they are actually sober, and this is how they like to play their 5-10-1/4 PLO.
Well, I see some players coming back out the deal. How many beverages are before you got to probably run back? Do you know how many beverages most people are at this point?
I think we're at least 5 shots deep, and then everybody's got a cocktail in their hand or a beer in their hand in between. So I'd say everybody's probably had at least 4 or 5 shots and 1 or 2 cocktails at the bare minimum.
Yeah, I'm still on 0. I think I'm kind of okay with that for the marathon that we still have to run. So, Sam, you didn't seem bothered at all, but I'll let you leave on a high note. Again, keep enjoying this game, and boy, I can only imagine what is going to be in store based on what we've already seen. Good Lord.
Well, Erica is our beautiful game girl tonight, so I'll send her back here with a cocktail. You can take one with us.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the audience wants to hear me a little more shammered.
Yeah, let's loosen you up.
All right, okay. I mean, C4 is the way here, but for the mix it in with a little like a whiskey. If you have whiskey, otherwise tequila is probably.
Jack brought a bottle in 1942, so we'll be sending a little tequila
All right.
shot your way.
I get to finally live like Brockmeyer. It's like my dream come true is to be able to sit here with the microphone and rant here with the whiskey in my hand and do it relatively, ethically. So, yeah, sure. Hell yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I turned on your mic already. I thought you were.
I was just saying, appreciate you letting me come back here and BS with you.
You're welcome back here anytime. So if we need to have the Sam 5 to 10 minute chat with the Palms Nation here, that's exactly what we'll do.
We're going to go take a shot, and I'll send you a cocktail.
Yes! All right, so we are loading a next couple of hands. I think we reloaded some of the cards and graphics, and then we were good to go yet. Ryan Paleka's trying to offer up a moment of a smoking game. I don't think it's legal yet. Does saying I need a beverage. He sounds parched. I don't know if I sound parched. It's a fun challenge to do a live streaming game by yourself. Did a football game by myself, which is a whole unique type of broadcast itself. But I think when you get into the flow of a game and hands start happening and situations develop, like really the time just flies by. And then you get into hour 3, you're just like, oh God, how do we got to here? This game's moving. So Beardso has been helping us out. Bryson, Sonny and Q and Matt, Caitlin, Sam, entire staff here at Palms. I imagine over time you may see more out of the dealing streets, but we want to make sure that we've got, some of our best out here to do these kind of games where these pots tend to build up, and I expect that'll be there in the future. So my name is Mike Jungblut, at HoopsMike on Instagram. Ryan saying you've got enough personality for 2 hosts. I mean, that's the thing. I do feel like I have split personalities, but they're like good. They're not, one of them is not telling me to do crack. That's just telling me to do something funny. And because that is the thing of like, I suspect people are like bipolar or anything or split personalities. Like, it's usually something that's bad. It's usually something that causes discomfort or it's a legit mental disorder. Whereas, I think maybe I'm just in a general junkie to things that are amusing to me. Hey, what's going on, Peter Moss? I think we're having a game on Saturday, so I will try to relay here to the troops that might be in your window of time. Ryan also suggesting I get dunks in the booth and we're golden. I'm going to build my way up to that. I think there's enough room back here. I can get my dog. The only problem is I don't know if he'll sit still for 4 hours in a new place. So, he's going to have to get, comfortable and aware of what this is before I feel like he can just hang out here with us now. Bryson giving us alerts up that when the lights go down here in the city, it might startle us. I don't know, did we get some weather out here in Austin? Usually, if there's ever a hurricane in the Gulf, there is some kind of residual weather that turns up into some lightning and thunderstorms and all that kind of good stuff, but just kind of very scattered throughout the Austin area. And I'm talking about weather here as we do drunk poker night. There's the lights coming out. They are going to come right back on here in a moment. But poker really, really after dark here on Live at the Palms. All right, we're loading right back up here as there you see Bones. Caitlin, turning it back on. I don't know if we had to unplug our router and then plug it right back in. But we will go on, hopefully, and resume after about a 5-minute break. We talked to old Sam Von Kennel, that found us. Palm Social, and he didn't seem too sloshed. This man's a pro. Plus, I think the factor in once you get caffeine can kind of amplify your ability to act sober. 'Cause here's the tough part about getting drunk in a poker game. You really in the first hour and a half, 2 hours, you're catching that good buzz. On the back half of that is when the mental kind of slog starts to happen. And things start to get a little slow. It starts to get a little... And then You know, the cure for me has always been the sweet taste of C4 Smart Energy and Focus. The stuff that, of course, is 200 milligrams of caffeine, so the dude talking can involve whatever personality is convenient here at this point in time. And here it's poker talking with old Mikey J on a Monday night, 1-3 drunk poker. I haven't had a sip of any of the hard stuff, but I get word that it is on the way. Here we go. Ace Deuce called by Jack. What must have been a $10 straddle. And Brian here with a couple of queens. He's got pocket queens, everybody. Can't believe it. All right, Drew here. Thinking about calling Brian's raise. See, Brian's been pretty much all in pre-flop for the majority of these hands here tonight. Is Brian all in and in great shape. Cheers, cheers, shots. Here we go. We have got a all-in pre. Brian's already getting that money that he expects impending doom. Is going to be gold here as long as the cans are correct, the two ladies are going to be good. And queens and sevens and $1,000 pot. And let's all give a rousing round of applause here to Brian. I think I know what's going to happen as soon as this live stream gets done. There's going to be one sect that says, you know what, I got to go home, I gotta do this or that. And there's also going to be this other sect, I think, of people here after this this game is done.
All right, boys, night out.
Exactly like that, too. I hope you caught that. That's a sneaky good quote. All right, here we go. As we've got Ace Jack here by Mikey Sides, three bet here by Jack, and Brian gonna rip it in here with nines. All right, an all-in shove. We'll see if Jack wants to continue the action. All right, from the future, I think we've got a very special guest here. Back in the Palms Social Studio. We haven't officially given it a nickname. I don't know. Maybe this man could help us out. Our good friend Bones.
What's up, ladies?
What's
gentlemen,
going on, buddy?
Boys?
Boy, how spicy are things getting out there? How many drinks you in right now, Bones?
Someone once told me that only pussies count. So I don't know. We're 6 to 7 shots in. I'm like a few Guinnesses in. I'm a Guinness fan. So.
Okay, you're more of the dark beer.
Yeah.
Try to get drunk. I mean, there's various different kinds of drunks that I've encountered as far as. You get tequila drunk, which is kind of like a woozy one.
They brought us tequila for the last shot, and I'm not a tequila person at all.
Yeah,
another one or two of those,
it's sort of, yeah.
That goes.
Yeah, I don't know what's in that. I know it's a very dangerous situation, so thankfully everybody's going to get an Uber ride home, Bones.
What's going on back here?
I mean, I am just basically ranting into the abyss and the void right now. It's fantastic. Everybody leaves me alone. I think now we can kind of start working the 2-mic thing, but we've got a soundboard back here, so it's more that's my control. And I've just been trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and none of it makes sense. Well, actually, I should probably turn it so you can see.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Well, I can see on the big board here.
Well, that's not... I mean, that's, like... Yeah, that's a different feed.
Okay.
Right now...
Where are we at in time?
We are at this point in time.
Josh V. Okay. There's... Yeah,
all right.
I may have been calling Brian. Brian's so fucking fun to play with. This man gives you reflex.
Yeah, I mean that's the most fun part about having these games. So we've got this Queen 10-9. Brian here with top pair. He's basically just been getting it in pre-flop like at least 75% of these hands, would you think?
Yeah, he's definitely a pre-flop guy. There's no real point in trying to make him fold. He's just not here for it.
Yeah, that's where you build a good game around. Mixed game Mike saying beware toasted bones with the mic. Well, I mean, this is what we brought him back here for, specifically. So.
What's up, Nick from Yuma? How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, he found his way here. We're still building up the rest of the Chat Pro army. They're watching other shit, but you know, they're missing out on the good shit. Here.
That'll change.
Over time. This is. You think this should be something done like once a month? Should we do like a wasted Monday or?
I think it's pretty fucking fun. As long as you have the right lineup, you can't have a lineup where there's people who are just like kind of playing tight and like not drinking or whatever.
Right.
The drinking part, you know, having people who are there who want to splash around a little bit makes it fun. I don't know what the viewer experience is like, but I mean, I'm having a lot of fun playing it. You know, I've known almost all of these people for multiple years. You know, played a lot of games where, you know, we've all been drunk, you know, having fun, home games, you know, whatever. So it's pretty cool to reenact this.
Oh, Bones mic a little too low. Okay, I think I've got your gain up. No, you're good. I've got a headset on so I can calibrate it. I think you're pretty good with so.
Okay. Oh, cool. I think I win this hand.
Yeah. Okay, you got middle pair here. You got top pair here with queen for Josh, and then a 6-ball rolls off and.
Yeah, this is a fun hand. I don't know that fun. It wasn't that fun. It was okay.
It was, yeah, I mean, you played a lot of live stream hands in your lifetime. You made 2 pair here, 9s and 8s. Will you get some value out of it? Looks like it.
I think I get $100 out of this. It's cool though. Like I said, this is I'm enjoying playing this game. You know, it's obviously, you know, I play for a living, but I still enjoy gambling. I still enjoy like hanging out with people I like. I still enjoy drinking. So it's kind of for those of you who haven't played in like some of the underground games, like this game is pretty similar to a lot of like the 1-3 underground games. See, I'm getting an applause there for winning a hand finally.
Yeah, you finally, you know, had to credit where it's due.
Yeah, and this game is pretty representative to a lot of like 1-3 home games. You know, if you played.
So we're here with Bones, seeing him on all the live streams here, and all right, for first impressions, it's been pretty cool felt, pretty cool table. I just had the hope that like we can have really big and fun games here, and it doesn't have to necessarily be one or the other.
Yeah. So I like the setup. The setup is cool. Everything seems, you know,
relatively functional.
Yeah. We've had to pause a few times, you know, but other than that, like everything has been, you know, well run. You know, I don't know who your audience is really listening to this.
I mean, it is. I think what happens with the first initial streams is you're catching people that are watching the replays and checking the analytics. There seems to be a pretty decent number that have spent a long time watching some of the replays versus like the live. And I mean, that was the same way we started in the other place. We got Brian Sheva with Queen 6. Jack here will not continue with 9-8. It does look like he did get some action from somebody.
No. If I remember this hand right, there's like a raise and a call, and he shoved. Took it down. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty fun group. Like I said, I played with almost all of them a significant amount of times. You know, usually at higher stakes, but you know, the games are always fun.
Candyman Ben says fun to watch. Not sure how much of that is just knowing all of you guys though.
Hey, what's up, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, we could concern ourselves with like how many subscribers, how many people, but like I think our main core should be appeasing the Austin audience, which was I think the spirit of the first stream, and then it became not so much about us, but
like having, you know, being able to see people in the community on the streams, people in the community being able to get on the streams and play in front of their you know, friends or family or whatever. I think that's really cool. And you know, with Austin having so many different streams, I mean, shit, I think today there's
4 streams going on right now.
Yeah, 3 or 4 streams. I think that's awesome. You know, as a poker player in Austin, I'm super stoked for that. You know, it's pretty cool.
The options are always going to be there to be able okay, but breaking news. Hold on. Before we get not just breaking news, we got to play the soundbite. All right, we're here at the Palm Social Live news desk, and we turn it here to special correspondent Bones. The news break has just erupted.
I've just been passed a note by our producer Sonny that Epstein didn't commit suicide.
Bombshell.
I don't know why this note had to come in. I don't know if the deep state needed this to be out.
I mean, this is
we've been told that Epstein didn't kill himself.
If we get flagged here, then we know that they're already on to us. I mean, there may be about like 45 to 50 to maybe 1,000 people watching. The majority of them have been linked to the NSA. So
yeah,
you know, I tried to give him a good wholesome show here tonight. Is Caitlin here with Ace Queen, Brian with 7-3. So the board run out came right, it came bet call. Caitlin is going to get a decent sized pot here for the night. As long as that is correct. She's got deal.
Brian stacking beers.
Yeah, I mean that's a dangerous approach, but
Brian has been going very hard since before we got on the air. So he's props to him. He's keeping it going.
You know, Bud Light, you know, like coming from the Midwest, you just understand you're drinking volume, not in quality. And like Bud Light is definitely like one of those volume.
Yeah.
So he seems like a guy that can put him away at a steady pace. But
so
the shots are really what's coming up next.
So he tried to give me the needle. He asked if I was over here drinking water. We're drinking a Guinness. This man's drinking Bud Light. I told him to fuck off. But you know, Brian's keeping up. He did take 2 at a time shots for a bit.
Yeah, they told me they were going to bring back a whiskey, and I mean, I'm fine being patient, but everybody is okay.
Back here, bro.
Candyman Benz, this makes me want to drive down there right now and join in a play. I mean, I'm sure there are seats open right now in the game.
Come on down, Ben.
That's at least
figure it out.
be in the background. Jimmy Bluffett asking, are you going to go to the WSOP in Vegas? You're still thinking about that, or is...
I'll be there for the main event. I don't think that I can pass on the main event, especially like.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be smaller field, a softer field. I think this might be literally my best chance to ever win the main event. So
you know, I've liked all of your chances before, but this is you know, you get to go against other people that are most likely vaccinated. So
I mean it's a weird thing. I'm definitely a pro-vaccination person. I think we should get it. It's kind of weird, but I mean
it's no easy answers.
I'm honestly like kind of happy that everybody's going to be vaccinated that I'll be playing with, stuck in a room with for 6-7 days, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is how it is. I think it'll probably be a decent spot, so
all right.
I'll be there.
Great, we can spark up some controversy here. All right, top pair here for Sam. Doesn't look like much happening for anybody else in this hand that we have on at the moment. We are on a 30-minute delay.
I want to give.
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my buddy DQ. A lot of guys who are watching know DQ. Went to a birthday party of his last night. A lot of fun.
You got like an awesome painting I saw. Like he got some really cool gifts.
A bunch of us who play with him regularly kind of chipped in and got him a painting kind of done of himself, which ended up being pretty cool. It was a lot of fun.
DQ is like the nicest human being I've ever. It's.
He's so fucking nice. He's just a very nice and generous dude, and I think a lot of people maybe don't understand it, but like he's just like a genuine nice dude.
Yeah, I think they just mistake the fact that he's an action player. That sometimes there's some but he's just seriously like a very wonderful outlook on life and.
Yeah, one of his themes for the party was that he had survived cancer 3 times. And that, like, one of his friends had told him, like, hey, we're going to throw you this awesome 50th birthday party or whatever. And now that, he had survived cancer 3 times and made it to 50, like, he wanted
That's
to
a hell of an
fulfill
accomplishment.
That.
Yeah. That makes it even more special.
Yeah, it was a really cool spot. We got to hang out with a lot of poker people, real life people, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like, it's my birthday week, and you're like 47, and you work at Chili's. You work at the Chili's nearby.
Brian getting in here with the 10-5-0.
Now, what do you think the solver says? You think this is probably EV in a situation against...
solver says it's a mix.
Fuck yeah.
Everything's a mix.
Everything really is, especially if these stacked up. So 10-5, we've got one card exposed by each player. One is a 10, one is a 7. Is going to come out at least an ace and a little hope, but not enough. Trip aces with a king-jack here for old Mikey Sides. He seems like he's won a lot of money here. The guy to right, Hunter, also won a pretty big pot.
Yeah, Hunter's doing really well out there. we've been needling Mikey for a while. He folded the ace queen.
Oh,
really
no.
Early, to like a 4 big blind shove. So we've been needling him for a while, but he's managed to get unstuck.
Yeah, you're more of a professional remembering hands. I had Sam in here, and he's just like, I can't remember the last. And like, you have to just kind of keep things pretty short term, I think.
Yeah, I got really, I guess, lucky or whatever you want to call it. In that when I was learning poker, it was mostly on like 2+2, and like you just had to be able to tell hand history and remember hand history to get any sort of like constructive advice. There's JC coming by, saying what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got very lucky in the kind of my formative years of learning poker. I just learned to remember hand history, verbatim, at almost all times. So it's a interesting skill to have, but a fun one, if you're into it.
Yeah, it's weird. We've got actual microphones instead of headsets, so it's a little different to try to guess what like your volume is that compared. Now you're also relying on a deaf person to gauge volume. I think you sound pretty good through those phones.
Well, we've been told that I was a little loud, and also that Epstein didn't kill himself. So
maybe we get a third.
It sounds
note
like it's a bunch of truth.
Gonna get a third note in here that Reggie Miller is the GOAT, and Sonny is gonna come in here with the. It's about time you get out of here. If Sonny came in with that note, then I would know he's world's all-time super fan.
It wouldn't get on the air.
No, all right. So again, he's secluded in our back studio.
So what have you been up to?
Me, it's just been YouTube content editing, hanging out with my dog. I'm trying to learn as much about how to really grow a legitimate channel, and just kind of working and learning with everybody to, like, what are we doing here? What do we do this? Like,
it's a cool project.
Yeah.
To do it from the start.
It's a really fun thing to stumble upon into it and just kind of start from square one again, where, like, I look at the viewing numbers and be like, yeah, well, the other show, like, I don't really care that much in reflection as to, is it the path that we want to go on, and are we doing the right things to that? A month from now, these numbers are, and then we can proclaim ourselves the fastest growing live stream ever, and then get our ass handed to us by a bigger stream out in California. So, no shots fired or anything, but
you got some time to grow the stream.
Yeah, I got enough time, and I excited to go step by step. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. How long you want to hang out here? Do you want to just?
I'm gonna go back out there and play a bit.
Yep.
But I had made a joke earlier that get enough drinks in me and I'll
you'll be back. You'll find yourself back here. We'll be just doing a show until about
I'll
midnight.
Just tell you what I think about everybody.
Yeah, we just go around the poker community, starting. Okay, that's.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a quick rundown of people who are at the table.
Sure. Before you head out.
Sammy in seat 1, the absolute legend. The reason that we have
this shit, yeah.
Have card clubs in Texas is directly from Sam Von Kennel. So pretty cool to know him and be buddies with him and get to play on the stream. Seat 2 is Drew. Drew just got 3rd in a big tournament where I want to say he got
you got a pretty healthy dose of the ICM chop there.
Yeah. Seat 3 is Josh V. Josh is a tournament and cash pro who's been in Vegas as long as I have. Real solid player, real cool guy to hang out with. Seat 4 is Hunter. Hunter is awesome, fun guy to play with. I don't know him super well, but I know him from around town or whatever.
Right.
Me, Mikey is obviously a character.
A lot of hands we've seen on stream between you two. And
yeah. Mikey and I have a fun rivalry. We were just talking about a session that we had played on the other stream where we kind of played for a bit and then quit the stream to go play Drunken Heads Up for a few hours, where we were doing shots every few hands and drinking a bottle of wine, and that was a blast. Mikey's a fun guy to gamble with. Behind him is Jack. I just kind of know Jack from around town. He's a pretty solid player. Likes to play all the kind of the invitational stuff. Like every once in a while, I'll do like a 1K sit and go or heads up tournament or something. Jack's always there. Behind him is Caitlin. You guys know Caitlin. She's around.
Yep.
She's doing a lot to kind of help build the Palms games. And
social media and some of the video editing on this and some of the highlights. So like, and anything that you see, it's probably the more mixed together content that was like my introduction and all that stuff. Like Caitlin does that, and I'm mostly on the like hands and from the live stream. So
the hunter is Brian. Brian has become a legend pretty quick.
He's a legend already. I think. I mean, it's clear. The man that can double stack Bud Lights here right now.
Have you met his dog?
No. I don't think
most of the time he brings his dog to the game. His dog is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Very chill, like hangs out, doesn't mind being petted, and who doesn't like dogs?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Just I mean.
He's known as Dog Guy Brian.
Dog Guy Brian. Okay, I like him more.
Yeah. If you like dogs, you'll like Brian.
Gonna get dunks here eventually, but I just don't. He's not ready for this yet. Like we're gonna tame him to this. He'll get used to it, and then he can kind of maybe hang out back here. But
we used to bring Bella to the cart house from time to time, and then it got kind of big, and
Yeah. Well, it was probably not the environment that you can have that wonderful dog hanging out in that kind of space. And cheers. Okay. Rami here in the chat. Rami's been
What's up, Rami?
Taking a break from filing golf balls and.
Yeah, Rami. I haven't played with Rami in forever, which kind of sucks. Rami's a good friend. And,
yeah.
I like playing with Rami.
I think he thinks he's going to have a little more time now than, in exchange, I promised him I would just mention, buy golf balls.
Yeah, buy golf. If you need golf balls, get them from our buddy Rami.
Yeah,
Rami
he'll show up with like a trench coat and be like, I got the good shit right there. He won't say it like that. Like, he'll say it politely, but we've got a hand here, looks like, between Mikey 3-betting on the hijack, Hunter, Brian. Brian here with the 6 deuce, so... See, can he connect here? It's going to be all close.
Yeah.
Mikey just flopping it.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is.
Must be real.
True. Real nice.
Must be real fucking nice, Mikey.
That's done that downswing talking or what? That's just.
Must be real nice, buddy.
Drew's like ran really well at the beginning stage of this game. Then it got a little splashy, but.
Yeah, Drew and Sam both had their moments where they were up and they were down, and
up and right back again.
All right, buddy. I just wanted to pop in
and
say hi to everybody. You guys are enjoying the stream? Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you know exactly what that is. Don't hit exit.
Get out there and try to gamble it up a little bit and get unstuck.
Keep having. I mean, it looks super fun. So I at least hope people are gathering that.
It's a good time for sure.
All right. Hey, nobody's brought in my drink yet. I've been trying to.
We'll get you one back. I'll tell you what. I'll
if they got a whiskey or something, I can accept tequila, but I can't. I'm not responsible for what happens to me after that.
All right, we'll send you some whiskey. I think we have whiskey.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Thanks, Bones. All right. All right, back here live at the Palms. We had a good chat. Ace, Queen, 5s, 9, 7, and Queen, Jack. Those. Middle pair going to connect here for Jack, but not much happening for anybody else in this. Nobody with a heart in hand. Might favor Brian, who just decides to rampage on into this here for 150. As more hands to come here on Live at the Palms. Brian here with the winner. I've not gotten a drink yet. I hear it's on the way. I think we've maybe got an hour and a half push to go. Little hiccups here and there, but I think we are figuring out our methods. We're figuring out our rhythms and the rhyme. Monday Night Poker, drunk poker night. Everybody taking a shot per orbit, plus all the drinks that they're handling now. So I imagine that's getting to the break point here where people got to have a smoke, you got to go to the restroom, you got to get a grip on reality. Because these, the first 2 hours, enormously fun. I mean, just enormously fun. And then once you get to the second hour, things start to slow down. We'll see how our players respond as
Oh my God! Hey, this guy's never allowed here again.
Mike never let the dude talking. We were just visited by Bones. I mean, kind of drunk Bones, but not inebriated. Ruthless. Let me tell you how I feel, Bones.
I'm not a 6-0. Hey, I'm in this house. Get him outside and I'll help you kick the shit out of all of them. Don't have to fucking straddle. It's alright. Yeah, but
All right, back here to the legend Brian with a raise up here with 10-5 offsuit.
Good thing it wasn't cool in high school.
See if anybody out of the blinds is going to be. Looks like we've got a couple of people away.
All the cool kids in high
We're on a half-hour delay.
Literally order food and not get me something.
And we'll carry on with this. I think we will probably have more host and commentator / analyst kind of lineups in the future. I figure as we take this step by step that easier to manage with one person back here in this secluded voice studio. Sonny here in his boxed up studio. We keep him secured, keeping an eye on cameras and equipment, QR action tracker, working around in the background, communicating here with our dealers to best input this. So yeah, I think we figured out our system, and I like where we're heading. Make sure to hit subscribe, though, and let me do a discount double check on what we've got. Any other new? 956, not bad. I think there is some hope that we can get past the 500 market soon enough and continuing to grow day by day, just in our infancy. Brian opens here with ace 10. Hunter absolutely did not fold with queens. And he was one actually put on a 3-bet to 150. So queens versus ace 10. Hunter heads up with Ryan. Ryan sitting here with about 3.5K. Is I thought I saw a lady flop, and it's a straight draw with backdoor hearts for Brian. Middle set here for Hunter. Ryan has not been interested in folding, so. Here with a bet of 125. Let's spin it on here to the turn. 9 of spades. All right, queen's full of 9, so Brian drawn dead. Hunter gonna try to eke out some value. And actually, oh, what? Brian tried to go for a check raise. Or no, Brian had position on him. I apologize. Brian had position on him. Hunter had let out to 200. Brian maybe trying to hope to take a chance that he could take the pot away in position, and Hunter now just decides to go ahead and rip it in. If those numbers are correct, Brian's sitting with about 2.6K, giving it some thought, though generally that thought, I'm sure, will be led to clicking the fold button. All right, here we go. Does Brian now going to at least add in some liquid courage here to make his decision. Chucks it down like a machine, too.
Brian needs another one.
I might even have to take a restroom break here at this point to keep consuming.
Cheers, boys and girls.
But we are about 2.5 hours in on Live at the Palms. We continue our Drunken Poker 1-3 match the stack game. And we'll see if Brian elect. He still has not made a decision yet, so I could see it being more of one if he had the 10 of hearts with it. But here, after it goes bet, raise, shove, it's just, there's no way you can ever justify a call happening here. Then I think he's going to realize this is a way bigger bet than
Well, the good thing about that is I have your back.
he may even think it is. So
All right, that's fine. We're good.
Yeah, I got your back, so.
I appreciate it.
I'm down for all.
he is going to show the ace of hearts. I'm not sure for posterity or just because they've been drinking. There's a winner there. All right, we'll carry on here live at the Palms at 9070 Research Boulevard, Suite 105, the Crossroads Shopping Center, right there next to Plucka's. If you want to get on the list for these games, 512-953-8388 is the phone number. You can also find us through the Tempest portal app. And All right, we will be moving to Poker Atlas soon enough. We're back open on Saturdays. Again, watching college football here, playing in cash games. And we will have a live stream on Saturday night. And we'll continue to keep grinding it out. We want to be able to do different content ideas, more on unique things. I think Trunk Poker, if we want to do this like once a month, I hope we can maybe do this and maybe even have big games with it. Because I know a lot of people like to party. You like to have a good time, especially if you're pro players or you're making a primary. You've got a hold of your ability to manage time. Easier to do it here on, say, like a Monday night. All right, Drew here with the 3-bet to 125 as we will get... Brian had the $50 open after the $10 straddle, and Mikey Sides is going to make it... Okay, I thought he tossed down a pink chip. If he didn't announce raise, that is going to be a call, because I think he may have tried to put down the pink chip to put in a 4-bet out of the straddle, but it's going to be denied. Single chip rule here, folks, coming into play.
No, I know.
Jack going to call here with ace jack offsuit. All right, Caitlin, it's your turn back here, I guess.
It's my turn.
All right, we got the other mic. Go to sit on that chair where the other mic is. Okay, there we go. All right, third guest of Live at the Palms. All right, how you doing, Caitlin? You shammered on a scale of like 1 to 10. Where are you at right now?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say I'm a 6.5, 7.
So I mean that's kind of functional, I think, for the most part.
I'm highly functional. Look at me not diving into that hoagie on camera because I knew, like, Caitlin, we gotta look our best.
All right. I mean that's that's some self-awareness here. We've got Drew here with ace high spades, and let me see if we actually have action. Brian calling with 900. I've noticed you guys have been applauding Brian quite a bit when he wins a hand. There seems to be at least a jovial spirit.
Oh, we're all here to have fun tonight. We're not. It was so hilarious because going into this, we're all like, "Oh, it's just 1-3 match the stack. No worries. No one's gonna get hurt." And then like first 3 hands, like all in.
Everybody's gonna just like shove for like 200 and.
And now we have like 10, 15K on the table. It's stupid.
It's fantastic, is what it is. Is Drew gonna put in a raise up here to 1,000, putting in most a heavy dose of his chips here, just with ace high. All right. Let's see if Brian. Okay. So what are you drinking here tonight?
I've been making some not great decisions. I've
That's
been mixing
fine.
vodka and tequila. But
oh,
yes,
okay. So you're playing the devil's game here.
Yeah, I don't drink beer or wine.
No, that's fine.
It's not my jam, so I go hard. I play to win in all areas of life.
I mean, wine. Everybody is like wine, and I just don't. I can appreciate it. It's just not what I want to have if I'm having.
I don't need a new hobby. I just need to get drunk.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm addressing that in my life and starting to sit there and saying like, okay, when is enough? But this is the wrong night to ask that question.
Absolutely not.
No,
it's about having fun and making bad decisions.
Okay.
We can talk about our dream journals and meditation practices tomorrow.
Well, I know that's probably not the method I would do it here. So Caitlin Comeskey here. I've not actually formally introduced you. We just started talking. Broad laugh and the dude talking.
The OG pair?
They're the OG. We already did that ladies' night stream, and now I didn't. I'm trying to talk to the WPA, and it's like, I don't know. It's like the mob runs the city when it comes to poker affiliations, or.
Oh, I don't know about
I don't know. I'm not here to talk to the WPA. I'm just sitting there like, okay. Danny pointing out that hat is stylish as F for Drew. Drew's got fantastic style, by the way. Let's see, Lawrence Pop. It's not been an active chat pro night, but it has been at least full of all of our favorites and OGs. Damien says only Drew could pull off a hat smooth like that's a fact. It's the only one on this table. Not even close. Well, how are you doing in the game? Are you even? You up a
I'm
little bit?
somehow winning. I don't know how, but I'm in for 1,000, and I'm sitting on like 18 for some reason.
For some reason, I mean that's a
I think I
quality
chose my
poker.
hands judiciously, and I didn't get
if
too
you're still
silly.
if you're still using the word judiciously at 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, like okay, you're still within range. Danny Waldrop, Mike, you said you're all open on Saturday again. Hell yes. Yeah, Saturday's now reopened here at live at Palm Social.
September 4th, we're going to have a big special. If you come in and you bring in a new member, then the new member deal is extended to you, which
Boom.
is a monthly membership and 3 free hours of play. So September 4th, come in, food and drinks on Palms. We got a good time waiting for you. Hit up your girl for a seat.
Danny Waldrop with a heroic story about how Drew saved something near and dear to his heart for him once here at the Palms. Well, yeah, that's what I got. Sam here with a 3-bet to 180 with Ace King. Brian has been doing some $50 opens. Jack is... I am Jack's pain here, as he calls with Ace 4.
Oof, yeah.
I think it's...
That's no, he's dominated at this point. The way the evening has gone.
Is Jack drinking a fair amount, or is he?
Everyone is drinking a fair amount.
Okay.
We have all been calling each other out constantly. No one has missed a shot. Everyone is meeting the requirements.
All right, and he's gonna outflop Uncle Sam, Carnival Sam. Here they both flop a wheel draw. As Brian with Jack 10 and he's Brian's a legend. I mean, I just this live stream has been just the epitome of expressing that. It may not have winning hands, but he is a legend to all of our hearts.
Definitely, he's a guest often on my Thursday morning 2-5. Twice he's gotten it all in, and maybe you've seen it documented on my Instagram stories. One time he made a straight flush with Jack 4 offsuit, and the other time he made Broadway calling with Jack 5 offsuit. These are all all-ins against premium hands.
Yeah, skill game. That's what we've all known about this. Is that it's all skill.
100%.
King gonna smash here on the turn
King
here
on
for
the turn.
Sam, and now Jack pushing his last 386. Brian floating. I hope he folded this. No, Brian was the one who bet. All right, thank you for stopping in, Caitlin. Any final last words?
Thanks to everyone for tuning into Drunk Poker. Let's go
Yes.
play some cards. Wish
Get
me luck. I'm
smashed.
trying not to make a fool of
All
myself.
right, Kate. Well, I'm trying my best to not do the same. All right, Caitlin stopped in for a quick word. Again, we are in an isolated part. We've got Sonny isolated in his room. Nobody's allowed to go in. I mean, you will get punched and slapped if you happen to visit that. So then I've got another room isolated. So I can't even really communicate with Sonny unless I just bang on the wall and yell at him about something. Like, I can't sit, but everything's working pretty decently here tonight. All right. We continue live at the Palms. All sorts of crazy stuff happening here at this point in time. As our 3rd episode ever. Lord knows when you might be catching this. This might be a year from now. This might be 2 years from now. You're looking back and realizing the birth of a revolution. The birth of Drunk Poker. The idea you got to get absolutely sloshed on stream and then get interviewed after the fact, and we'll do a little before and after of how you feel. See how well you can handle your alcohol. Damien wishes good luck to Caitlin. All right, Lawrence saying we're going to have to bring producer Carol. No, I think they're in a good spot. I think we got a great team here, to be honest. I don't know. We'll get to this hand with Jack here with the King Jack of clubs. Might be deciding to get splashy with it. Here is Mikey raising up to 350. Brian getting in there with 8 of spades, 8 of clubs, a shove over the top of 1.2K. Sam with King Jack offsuit. The Greg goes all in. And, I mean, this is where we're at in the game. A 1.2K shove is going to get called here by Mikey, the big stack with ace-9 and jack. Here with like 36 bucks remaining. He's like, okay. Just a little about $36. Okay.
That's why they call him Mikey Sides.
Eight's the favorite, but well, actually, King Jack of Clubs holding the favorite based on the cards we know that are folded. King gonna flop. 10 gonna turn, and it's gonna go to the high spade in the hole, and it's the 8 of spades. Always the 8 of King spades. Steamdola, where are you? The 8 of spades has come through yet again. Chug your beer there, Brian.
Gabe, seat open.
Says a winner, a whole spaghetti dinner here for Brian as 8's all in against ace-9 and king jack. And the only spade in the hole is going to take down 2.9. He's been getting a lot of chips in there. And a euphoric feeling as you win a three-way all-in in drunk poker.
I need some shots.
I think it's a fantastic idea. You know, we're going to have to find more ways to execute this. Maybe even like bigger games. But I like where we're heading here. Live with Palms says, make sure to subscribe. I know just a whole bunch of people still signing on up, still finding the channel out there. And that's why we encourage you to graze the process will be like. Just to join a bond with that like button. To find yourself in perfect harmony together, to believe in what you're pressing, you know, gives us a lot more hope. We're not going to go out there and buy subscribers and go on sub for sub forums. Subscribe to my channel. Like, I want to be connected to, like, actual people that are going to watch the stream. I don't care what the numbers are. Like, do you care about Texas poker? Do you care about Austin, Texas? Do you care about having a great time? Do you care about being in a place where, like, yeah, this is fantastic. Well, that's it. I'm here at Palm Social. Check us out on Instagram at Palm Social 512. All right, bomb pot time. Looks like Caitlin here with top 2 is the first scanned hand. And it looks like, ooh, a straight flush draw here for Brian. Also a straight draw to go with it. See, does Mikey have any part of this? He's got the lower end of the straight draw with no clear back doors. That would help improve his hand. So this looks really damn good here for Brian if he can find a good card to hit. And he's going to mash that pot button here for at least 330. And I think Mikey's hand all of a sudden becomes pretty foldable. That, you know, if he gets a baby card there in the turn, perhaps maybe he can have a little bit more fun with it in position. But I think once you get to this board and you have what he has, it's just like even if Brian is his most ambitious, is going to just have his hand smash for the most part. So Lauren saying, yeah, hey, I'm going to have to make it over here soon. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're a new member here, as you can get yourself a free month and 3 free hours. And like Caitlin mentioned there, that if you also bring a friend, that will extend to you. Even if you're currently a member, here, you're paying the monthly fee, and you bring somebody new here, boom. We're also going to hook you up here with the free month and 3 free hours. So you can actually, I mean, I think I had it tagged within this video, the location here, so you're trying to figure out where the heck you're going to make your trip to Austin to.
I like to tell myself that. Oh, so you're bummed. Yes.
Check us out here, Palm Social. Maybe play on the Felt of Dreams.
So you're bummed too.
maybe have all your dreams come true in a moment. Nightmares come true. Try to get signed up for the. God damn, I was gonna do like a Meek Mill reference here. I got like 34 people watching, so I think I could just kind of let it fly. Lauren saying I'll be a new member, but I don't have any friends except for my dog. Yeah, I was once in your shoes. And you know what? I'm honestly fine with it. Like, me and my dog are tight. I really don't have to deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, I mean, I do have to deal with his, but it's a pretty good life here when you've got a best friend dog, huh? All right, we've got what looks like a pre-flop re-raise. 4-bet by Brian with the old 6-9. Again, the 7 deuce game is on, but it means the table has got to take a shot.
I'm ready to rip it, motherfucker. Let's go.
And
Oops, I got Sam?
All I did was
I
call.
think I got you, Sam. I got a pair of 9.
I had dinner for 2.
all right, here we go. 9-6-5-5 is going to come out Queen Jack 4. Is not going to connect here with on any board. There's 7 ball here on the turn. Checky. Sam may have a window to be able to go attack this pot, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And then it's going to take it there as I haven't seen anybody take a shot in a while, so I'm a little worried. We'll see.
I would so much rather play cards for a living though than do what I do. Yeah. I just suck at cards.
All right, next hand here as
I see you hustling every time I see you.
Huh?
I see you're hustling every time I see you.
No, you either go broke or you get whatever chips I have that day. Like me, yeah.
all right, let's do this as
You could go bust real easy with me. Like your whole life savings.
I think a couple of players right now try to. This is probably the moment in time where Bones stepped away to have a chat with me. So if you missed that, that is definitely in this episode. We've talked to Caitlin. We've had a moment in time to talk to Sammy Von Kennel. Who, I mean, he was getting pretty. He was not necessarily drunk. I think he's in that fair buzzed portion of this, and is now going to come out. It looks like Queen Deuce 10 with 2 spades. Check it all around. Going to go here to the 10 of hearts. Back here to Brian, who's now going to lead, try to fold out the old Mikey Sides. And Mikey's not folding. Not phased by the 65 bet, and maybe just a little sloshed. It's going to be the 3 on the end, so 10's full of 3s. If he wasn't going anywhere now, he's certainly not here. And a bet of 350. Does he just rip the river? He's hoping that maybe Brian has got a 10, so he's going to race up to 1,000 and probably will provoke the quick muck, and that will do it.
Hit that 3 right there.
Here for Brian to just try to muscle and flex his way through this, and well, not able to get it through. But to be fair, that river may become a 4 or 5 or something that doesn't necessarily prove Mikey's hand. He has a better chance of potentially just. I don't know. Maybe Mikey was just going to call him down every street no matter what came, and if he totally did not believe Brian had an actual hand.
Hey, can we get Gabe right here?
Danny saying he's looking at houses. I live not far from. This is, I mean, the one thing that I am personally enjoying about this is I'm not driving up 183 anymore on Mopac. I literally have like a 5 to 7 minute drive here to Palms and a quick ride back. And it's a very nice life, and I hope to continue to grow this channel. That in due time, people will see this is the place to be. And you're way more likely to meet dunks here. I can't wait. He's been here once or twice, so get him a little bit more comfortable.
Where's Damien? I'm gonna go call Damien.
You could have meet-up games here with my dog, and that is what the people have been asking for. Sam here with pocket 7s, Mikey Sides with pocket 10s, Brian here with queen 8 offsuit, and we're getting flop. It's going to come out queen high, queen jack deuce. Brian with the best of it, which now could put Mike into some pretty...
500.
Depending on what Brian bets here, though. I think if he bets 500, now all of a sudden it's just like, okay, I'll give up pocket 10s. Danny here in the chat saying, yeah, I love this area. Yeah, this is a cool part of kind of central / North Austin. Other Shoal Creek area, the crossroads, like Burnett, Lamar.
Hey, you're a coward.
Just kind of around the 183rd Bridge, so it's accessible, kind of easy to get in and out of. A lot of restaurants in this area. The soccer store right next door, boat store right next door. You got Pluckers, and the finest of all dining, Chili's. Down the street, looks like there's like a new Cajun restaurant opening around the corner too. That's set to open. So, no, there's a ton of like, the other restaurant right down the bottom here, I believe. I think the sushi restaurant is working on some reservations, or renovations, if that's correct. I've not actually had any alcohol. They told me they were going to bring me one not too long ago. And I think when you're dealing with requests with drunk people, like, it's just easy for them to forget. They're like, what was I supposed to do? Oh yeah, play poker. And that's kind of all it was. So, okay, we have got Hunter limping for $3 in our 1-3 match to stack game. And hey, there's KJ. KJ with a 200 shove here for 200. Caitlin's been folded. Brian is going to call here with 10-7, so he's absolutely dominated. We have a king 7 ripped by KJ. Danny, hold on one sec. So now Josh V going to rip in over the top here for 7-19. We'll see. Does Brian want to go multi-way? Here we go. Brian going to actually call here for 5-19. So we've got an all-in 3 ways. A big shout out here to Matt and Chris, our dealers here tonight, that have been just keeping the action flowing quickly and steadily and keeping the game moving. We appreciate you, gents. Ace flopping here for Josh V. Any hope for KJ? Nope. It is going to be ace 9. Good. Brian unpaired with 10 high. So that's going to be a pretty nice pot there for Josh V. All in 3 ways. Able to flop an ace, and I didn't think had to fade too much after that, but yeah, this is beyond the fact that this is a live stream game. This element of it as dealers, you're also dealing with 9 drunk people, which anybody who's ever been a poker dealer before, 1 drunk person is enough to kind of make you crazy. 2 is starting to get into problematic areas, and like 4 or more all of a sudden gets into, okay, we need a professional here to manage all the traffic and a headset here to relay to everybody. So everybody's got a spot on this team to make a contribution. This is not my live stream. This is our live stream. This is our team's. I mean, I get to kind of score goals, I guess, out of it, but and go out and shine and try to keep the people entertained for 4 hours. And it's a role I was meant to be. This is literally the most functional job you could have for someone like me. I get to talk for 4 hours. People have to leave me alone and let me speak, and then I go away. Like, literally, I couldn't have hit the jackpot more in a career. Danny asked me if I've been to El Dorado Cafe. My wife, I've gotten carry out from there. So I can't even remember what I have. It was amazing. The Eldorado Cafe off of, I believe, off of Anderson. And Shoal Creek, and here we go. Jack 4 7s, 10th 9, and Jack 4. All right, Deuce Deuce 8, 7s, and deuces here for Caitlin. Bones chugging up some alcohol. Is he getting? He's getting a little Fireball mixed in with it while also chugging down that Guinness. We were not in ultimate drunk Bones mode when he was out here a little too. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit not too long ago. Bet Nicole and Bones here with the full. Then we're gonna go heads up here between Mike and Caitlin. 224 in the middle. Caitlin here with the best of it. A safer card for her, but.
But like they don't let you like leave the room. Like you have to stay in the fucking room. So I'm laying there. And
Bet a 150. Caitlin gonna pick it off here. Then just has got to dodge a 4 and a 4 alone. There's only one remaining. And it's a queen. I guess if Mikey tried to bet this here at 4 streets, like, what?
With this girl that I'm like.
Okay, so raise 30, bet 50, bet 150. I could see him opting to go the, like, 300 river raise, but I think once you get stopped twice, you're just happy to go to showdown in case. Maybe Caitlin has, like, 3s, or just brick with ace high, and if you feel like Caitlin called with ace queen, then you're maybe just hoping to go to a cheap showdown, but she's got the better hand. That's winner. Cray J here coming on into a Drunken Monday. The new player here on the table. Looks like Jack elected to get up and out. And all our players going to be gifted a Uber ride home, if so be. I'm also kind of the sober one, I think, at this point, so if the night does end young, there might be a possibility. I'm like, hey, I'll do you a solid. Can't promise you I'll stay that when I get home, though.
You know how many innings are 9, right? We're on track to get the over. 1 per inning.
All right, here comes the next round. God only knows what is about to transpire.
Oh, we got tequila.
Yeah. We'll wait till everyone.
What is your beef now?
Is Hunter going to make the call? Here with King, Queen of Spades. Brian going to raise up to 50.
His name's D'Artagnan. I got your back.
Bones going to call. Okay, it says Bones here. No, he is not. It is going to be Mikey Sides. There we go. 5-4. Going to flop a pair in a straight draw. Hunter, who's only got his backdoor spades, and maybe some overs over the pair of 5s, but make it a 6 here on the turn, which does give Ryan a straight draw to a 4. Hunter can still pair up and make the best hand as long as... Yeah, I think I said King or Queen can still be good for him. Hashtag nutted. Mikey Sides good here for 75. Brian also calling here with a straight draw. And let's go to the river. It is the 9 of clubs. If we get the showdown here, it looks like it has been checked over to Mike in middle position. And shots, shots, shots. And we'll have a brief moment of unison here before we get to the 200. Actually, what going to turn his hand essentially to the left. He does have a best hand out of everybody. And hoping if... I guess maybe somebody else has a stronger 5. It's a weird predicament to be in here if you're Hunter, because it's just like there are really no bluffs that exist that that make any sense for me to call here with King Queen. So carry on here. Then our 1-3 match stack game.
I watched my girl.
Mike Jungblut here, flying solo. We've met a couple of people on the program here tonight, and I am going to take a just quick breather here for just 1 minute. I will be right back here at Live at Palms.
Now it's shit.
Oh, so different from right now?
It's extremely done.
Dude, it's just like almost too done. Like dumber
I
than
believe in
workaholics.
you.
It's like Canadian workaholics.
Yeah, but that is awesome.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get.
you watch them?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes.
I love that.
I like the one where they make a art book.
Yeah,
Wait, that's what we were just talking about. That's the worst episode ever.
That's hilarious.
I literally thought that was
funny,
the dumbest thing ever. Maybe it's because my girlfriend was like,
yeah.
she was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I was like, just give it a chance. It just wasn't
You like
getting any better.
you would love the rest of the series.
Great, man. I don't know why you didn't like that one.
You can't watch that show with girls. They're not gonna get it.
They come up with the best like one-liners and shit.
It's like
It's
it's so fucking funny.
It's genius, like the shit that they come up with. And the main character wrote the show.
Wayne, yeah.
Right?
He does a voice for Shorzy. I don't know if you've seen Shorzy yet. Shorzy's fucking hilarious. Shorzy like only shit talks. He's like a Canadian hockey player. Only shit talks. He's fucking hilarious.
And I like this.
Had us take a quick step out of the studio. Top pair here for Hunter. Set of deuces here for Josh.
Live show. I'm gonna go to it.
Middle pair here for Mikey Sides. Potential tragedy looming here on Trunk Poker Night. Does Josh now here with the set? It's got 1.6K. Some backdoor hard potential here for Mike. It's not going to come real. Yeah, it's going to be the 8 of spades. So see how much Josh is going to be able to extract out of Hunter, who is going to put in the turn bet of 135. And now let's see if Josh puts in the check raise. Again, a rainbow board. Now I think as you reach the turn is where you got to try to go for max value. And these are specifically the kind of hands that you want to be up against. That I don't know for Hunter if he feels like, okay, why would this necessarily be the card? Did you turn a set of 8s? Did you turn Queen 8, 6-8? Could you have the 7 deuce game and potentially be trying to mess with me? So we're going to wind up getting it all in. Hunter ripping after Josh goes for the raise. And all right, there's a Jack of Hearts on the turn, or excuse me, the Jack of Hearts on the end is going to be good as the set of deuces take it down here for Josh V, as he's going to double the stack up to about 3.3K. And probably our early contender for the Yeti cooler of the night. I think you get into a drunk game and you get in there with ace queen on that particular kind of board rainbow. It is a, I don't know, you get yourself in an interesting predicament. So Josh probably might be of the more solid variety, I think, of the players that I think it's a reasonable spot there to sit there and think, like, I guess there are some potential Queen X combos that it could blast off with that are not necessarily sets, but that's poker here, folks. Again, reminding our audience that we are getting a safe ride home. Players are all be treated to an Uber. So if they have a little too much fun, which I'm sure they have well crossed the threshold at this point, they are getting themselves a nice ride home. So don't worry about player safety here. We've got it covered. All right, deuce 6 here with 2 clubs. So we load up all the hands. This is kind of the one predicament. It's got to make sure each hand scans one by one. And that way we can be able to see everything. So KJ, let's see if he's got a hand. Scanning, we're loading. Drew here with ace 5-4. Bones here with trip deuces. And he does have jacks, the overpairs. So potentially help fill him up. And 6 is full of deuces here for Hunter. So he was the one to put out the 90 bet. Bones going to call. Is drawing to the deuce. Or jack, I think so. Hunter a strong favorite. Oh my goodness, jack's full of deuces. Bones pull us out way ahead. Hunter's going to have to spike a 6. And we'll see how big this pot gets. It's going to be really difficult for Hunter to expect that Bones is going to have it precisely what he has here. Probably even feels like maybe jack's a safe card for him because he might just have deuces full of jacks. As Bones with the potential to cash on in here depending on what a river is going to be a 5. So the song remains the same, a 540 pot built up. River bet put on by Hunter. And Bones. Card trying to read the river card here. So it does look like it is a 810 bet put out. And now the raise put in by Bones. He's going to get beat into the pot. All in a call. Jacks full of deuces. Bones taking down a 5.1K PLO bomb pot here on 1-3. Drunk poker night. Live at the Palms. I mean, that is our Yeti cooler of the night for sure. It's more likely there to expect that Bones has got a deuce in his hand if you're sitting from Hunter's perspective. The jack is just, it's a very unassuming card to expect that your opponent hits in these kind of games. And I don't know if you're going to beat up Hunter too much for that because that is just, you get just kind of sideswiped there to realize that, oh my goodness. So it's back-to-back big hands going the wrong way for Hunter, says Danny here in the chat. Yeah, that's a tough way to have to go through it. He got it all in with kings against like 5 players here pre. So I think he's still pretty well up on the night, but some really, really tough ones here as of late. So all right, 459 subscribers, only our 3rd live stream. I know it's not going to be like fantastic, huge numbers. I know a lot of you checking out the archive. You're watching it back here again, and you're like, Mike, why? Well, what's the point? I mean, even if you're watching the archive here, help us pump those numbers up. Many are stopping on in and calling it a night. Maybe a rally on here later on, as we've got a raise up by Brian, a 15. KJ with King Queen.
We got a 5th man walking.
Is okay. I think we had a straddle put out. Okay, you could have gone either way. Brian could have opened. KJ could 3-bet, and that's totally plausible. It's not going to be top pair here for Brian. Backdoor spades. KJ going to check. Bet of 100, and he'll show that it's like, yeah, I flop top pair. What do you want? Yeah, it's not exactly what KJ was looking for, but
Which bitch? I'm the only bitch here.
you know the path of least resistance is just being able to check fold serves most chippies. All right, we'll carry on here. Live at the Palms. Mike Gamble at the Dude Talking. 3rd episode into this bad boy. Hey, I like how everything's going. Dealer's working great. Signing's working great. We had Bryson helping us out here, helping just kind of keep an eye on things on the periphery. And I think, as you would expect for drunk poker night, it's getting a little sloshy here at this hour. Yeah, Caitlin back here seemed pretty slosh, so All right, let's see. Bones is probably the most experienced of being hammered during a game, so his undoubtedly his stamina gonna hold a huge edge over most of the table.
Who said Pat?
Officer Mike over here. Make sure to get the evidence on screen. Make sure you get the body cam on.
You know, and they told me that I was getting a drink back here at least an hour ago. I still have not seen one yet, so... Alright, I'm gonna text somebody here. Alright, pick up here to the next hand. Mike Jungblut, you talking. If you've hung out with us for all hours, appreciate you. Maybe just stopping on in. Here for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Hit the like button for us.
I don't want tequila this time. Can I go back to the fuck you pussy? I'll take tequila. No, there's that.
And I mean, maybe this will spice up the broadcast here if I can get a little whiskey down.
Just how it is. Yeah, I just want it straight.
You know, anything to put a little extra oomph into it. You know, I'm open-minded here at this point. All right, all right, we've got a raise up here by Drew with Jack 9. All right, here we go. Got a bet by Drew on this board. And 5 and a 4 run out. This has probably been the only boring hand of the night. Literally every hand has been big turn bet, big river bet, or some equation of that. But yeah, this is the lightest hand of the night. Then yeah, we've had a pretty good collection. Any favorite hands, you guys? I think that Bones one probably takes the cake here. I don't know. Somebody's apparently bringing one back to me. So this.
Sounds good. Y'all want to do a round from Sam?
Yeah, Drew's too rich for chicken now, right?
Let's do
All right, next hand. Carnival Sam had taken us through a trip to the carnival a little earlier. You missed that moment in Palm's history, buried deep within this episode. Okay, Cray. All right, this is the shot, and oh god, I am gonna need a ride home at this rate. So, all right, okay. I'll get a taste. No, I'm just gonna get a slosh. Those guys. Thank you, Matt. Not bad. I don't know what this is, but oh, okay, that makes sense. A little vodka cran mix. That's a tolerable one. All right, ace jack, 10-9 and 5-4. Damien saying drinks kicking in for everyone, including me. Yeah, I would have to think so. Top pair here for Brian, gutter ball, and backdoor hearts here for Sam. And Bones here at the bottom end of the straight draw, which would be a disastrous end of it. Okay, if I won, that's fine. Ryan gonna be able to muscle through and pick up this pot.
I just had a natural nine. I was trying to no, I had the best
I'm trying to.
All right. Again, our next live stream will be Wednesday, high stakes pot limit Omaha, 5-10-25. Big game. Invite you to check out any of our highlight reels. I'm going to have to try to piece together. Oh, my goodness. What hands can you use? One of many a drunk poker night. Bones is a patented hand up in the air celebration. Oh, I see. Corey's got the camera on him, so he's just amplifying things up a little bit. Well, wise idea.
Over 8.5.
No, Sam
So, it's very incremental, but.
Queen Jack A6 offsuit, and here we go. Ryan pairs up a 6. Drew is not going to be able to do much with this, but I don't know. I think if you feel like you can maybe. Oh, wait! I got the action backwards. My apologies, folks. I thought Brian had bet first. Drew is actually first act, and he will lead out to 80. Okay, I was not necessarily wrong. I thought my eyes were deceiving me. So it went check, back, call. Then here to the turn is going to be a gut shot here to Drew.
Do not let this fucking pussy sit on his shot.
Josh still has the shot from last time.
Wow.
Drew with the most badass hat in the game is now going to call here for the gut shot as the shots are pouring. Please don't get it on our table. The most glorious thing in our existence, and everybody looks like they're behaving themselves for the most part. So, all right. Maybe someday I will actually get on this game. We'll get somebody else up here in the commentary booth here as well. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I think I should be financially in a better place to try to be able to splash around in poker games now with this opportunity. Deuce brick, so that was Brian, I believe, taking it down on the river as we will pack this up and push it here to the next hand.
Mikey, take your fucking shot, pussy. Take your shot, pussy. Corey, call me pussy for not taking a shot.
Double straddle.
Is that a straddle? It's a race. I'd happily say it's a race.
I've got a raise to 25. I've got a fold.
I promise, you don't got to talk me in a straddle. I know, fuck that motherfucker.
All right, so we were able to figure out. We got it locked. Thank you. And check us out, Palm Social 512 on Instagram. We have it linked in the description. Also with a link to the website. And you can also scroll on the video that if you're looking to like, hey, YouTube, how do I, like, where is Palm Social? Like, I think that's also tagged in that description. We're learning all sorts of what YouTube does and how people find streams and where our audience is made of. I've seen about 70% of our audience currently from the United States. Another 30% is from the other countries, not even the UK, Australia, and Canada. Like, literally 30% of our audience exists outside of those other countries. So it's not a ton of data to reflect on, but as this hand apparently not working out the way, but we'll let Brian shine on. But we do hope this live stream is a way for more folks to find us here at Palm Social, to be able to have the opportunity to be in this room, to play in good cash games, to enjoy your time. You can have fun. We got a cocktail waitress here to help you out. And a really healthy and good environment to enjoy poker. So join us here in the chat. Mayor of Chatsfield, Nick from Yuma, the Czar of Chatsfield. I at least got the studio update. That's one of Nick from Yuma's favorite things on earth, I think, is the sports studio update version. We don't quite have the capability of super chatting yet. I think that is going to be on the horizon as we get kind of more watch hours logged and it get 1,000 subscribers. Then we have the ability to include that option. Oh, okay, here we go. We've got the 10, we've got the 20, we got the 40, we got the 80, and now the 160.
Johnny Chair went up for the 320.
Does Bone's going to pitch the 10-9. See if Mikey have a hand. He might attack Brian on. This always lures players in. Queen 9 of diamonds. As he is going, oh my goodness, this is going to be up to 1,620. See, as KJ have always got pocket threes, he might decide to short stack it in here with 494. Take a chance, maybe Mikey's just got 2 random cards and could find a way to peel out a winner.
But it's huge.
Here we go, KJ. I mean, these are difficult decisions when it comes into when you start getting into the quintuple straddle, restraddle, that it's. And especially when it's for all of your stack too, that you got 2 players stacked behind. Brian's playing just about everything, so. Oh, he's gonna shove. He's gonna shove with 8 deuce, or no, he's gonna call it. I'm sorry, he's gonna call it all in with 1.6K with 8 deuce of clubs. Mikey Sides here with Queen 9 of diamonds. So here we go. Is going to come out ace, king. 3 would have made a full house for KJ on the turn. Queen high is somehow going to be good. It could not pair up the deuce, could not pair up the 8. And Brian trying to gamble here, just could not find Lady Luck tonight.
Baby, we're fucking.
Again, everybody can stay safe here with an Uber ride home. Not will be offered and given here to our players on the cash game. And Mikey living it up as 3-ball would have just came all the way home for KJ. But he can't play it that way. Like it's not enough to be outcome dependent. Say after the fact, oh, I would have won it, so I should have played. Like that's, most of you people have a clue and realize that the real world doesn't work that way. But it is kind of gross when you see it, though. It's like, ah, damn it. Could have had a 3-way all in there, but it's all Mikey Sides here tonight. And Damian Richardson. Gotta love palms. Queen high wants a 3K pop. Boom, let's effing go, baby. Yeah, it is sloshed Monday, drunk Monday, here on Live with the Palms. I've only had one drink that gave me a little bit of the vodka cranny.
Dude, I know.
And yeah, that's just good. I drink enough in my day-to-day life that, it should be reasonable to me to expect to be able to get 4 hours without having to too much, but. Here we go. We've got KJ with the. Maybe we've got this. Okay, now we got lined up. Queen 10, Jack 9, Sam with the mystery hand. Middle pair for Mikey Sides. Straight draw for KJ. Gonna take a stab at it. He was the pre-flop 3-better. Sam looks like he gave up his hand. Oh, nope. That was a raise up to 200. So that is going to get the lay down here as Sam showing that I think he had a king jack. It's not going to allow to mess around. Just take it right there on the flop. And that's good. Not a really sound bright, rich night here. I mean, I've got it loaded up from the old show, like that part. stayed with me. All those sound bites. I don't even know if people genuinely loved them. Some people just thought they were a waste of time. Some people thought they were hilarious. Some people thought they were essential. And I don't know. I think they add a little extra texture that's a little different to a poker live stream. I do think you can overdo it, and you can also pick really shitty ones that just, you know. And, I mean, I'm not saying mine are perfect by any stretch, but it's also, you know, you have to be able to know your audience that any reference you make is one that can be understood, and some references are just run into the ground. All right, here we go. King, Jack, 4. So I'm always trying to stay fresh, trying to give you the new stuff. I mean, like, take, for instance, here, Bones. He's got ace-king with a couple of queens, and he's got a straight draw to go along with top pair. Is checked, and looks like Drew has flopped ace-high spades. I'm not 100% sure that's all spade board, but Josh V calling here with queen-high spades. Also, again, it's the second nuts here with the king of spades posted. Looks like top 2 for Sam. He's going to go try to get lucky. He'll get a cheap price for it for 25 bucks. And all right, 3-ball on the turn is 8 of spades. Hey, Rebecca. It's a shot time, ladies. As now kings and 3s for Drew to go along with the ace-high flush. Josh V here with the queen-high spades. It's Sam with the 8 high spades and 2 pair. And 3 pair precisely as a 5.
I looked at All-Star Break and I was looking, I'm like,
Sam is 3rd into this pot, and I think he's just explained that he cannot call as this 5 of spades coming on the end didn't change anything, but now Drew will be able to bet his hand. So unless that 4 of spades was supposed to be a 4 of clubs, Drew had turned kings up. Sam had turned 3 pair. He's looking a little sleepy there. You might have to get him another vodka Red Bull at this point. It's tough to get through a 4-hour cash game, work full day, work all this the Palm social hustle every day, be a part of it. And this stream is, you know, a celebration of our good friend Carnival Sam. Danny Waldrop saying playing with a bomb pop button. Max Degen for drunk night. Love it, man. Step by step, day by day, I'm going to continue to grow this live stream into something you know and love and can be familiar with. And it's a lot of competition out there, and I'm staring at people that were either a direct result of us on the old stream or at least played a part in saying, hey, we got to do that too. I can't take full credit for it, but it's something I'm kind of in awe of to a degree that it's just like, okay, we started something and then it took on new forms elsewhere. And that's pretty neat. And now we got to go out and compete. And Drew here with top pair with the queen. And he's going to toss out a $5 bet. That's also the other hidden element of Drunk Night is you may get some baby bets out there. Okay, I may have lost my screen here momentarily, so I'm not even sure if you were checking out with me in this blank void on the blank screen. I'm Mike Jungblut, the dude talking. It looks like we may have lost our vision.